This is the next big pot.
Chad Abini, scores a contest, 112-115. Judge Paul Thomas, 112-115. Judge Donald Trevor, 113-115. The winner, and the new WBO Super Featherweight Champion of the world, from Cambridge in Scotland, Ricky Bones.
A dream comes true for Ricky Bones. A massive upset, a huge shot in the arm.
I laid out the blueprint. Yes, they gave him the decision. They gave him the fight. He beat me, but the blueprint is right there. Just look at it. I took it out of the vault and I handed it over to Canelo Alvarez.
Harrison's the biggest woman inside boxing. Your reaction to David Price and Frank Maloney calling me out that Virginia. I'll fight David Price any day of the week. You see you come from Liverpool. It's personal between you. I'm going to give you some serious you big stiff idiot. Okay? Alright, thanks, thanks.
No, brilliant, like I said, for the centre itself, those communities. And Amir Khan gets the big fight with Pacquiao and the world champions, the lads that are coming through. It'll be a fantastic. I'd equate this to the Kronk in America way back in the time. Communities and Amir Khan.
Fuck Joe Gallagher.
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 Fuck Joe Gallagher. I got him in the cage right now. The cage.
Plan is to have Algieri knock Pacquiao out.
Yes, but I still got him in the cage. He listens to me very well. I'm gonna let him listen.
Round 10?
Round 10 or 11.
Now we have one other thing to do, and that's to fight Thomas Hearn. And I'm planning on breaking every bone in his body.
But what works is they're going to go and chase Leo Santa Cruz. I told them, and I told them on Wednesday, you're not going to get Santa Cruz. Like I told them, you're not going to get Martinez.
Now, coming to you live, the next big pot.
Is anyone going to say anything then?
Brian.
Come on, Brian.
Brian's here. Well done, Brian. Good timing.
I know, I was waiting for Brian to...
I've just fucking jumped on. I didn't know I was hosting it.
Yeah,
of course you are.
I'm in the middle of doing a push.
Alright, and well, good evening. Welcome to the 45th episode of Next Big Pod. I am your host for the next 4 minutes, Enzi. That's Brian having a piss. We've also got Big Cal, Carp, Shep somewhere, and Paul McAllister on to cut the love on Tony Bellew and Stephen Smith at some point.
I found love in a hopeless place. I found love.
What about Carpy? You didn't introduce him?
I did.
Oh, you did, sorry.
I did. Apologies, but we'll do it again. Carpy's on for those that thought he might have been missing for a change.
Oh, fuck that. Of course I wouldn't be missing, would I? I've been on since Monday waiting for
you.
Is this 45 and 0, Carp?
This is 45 and 0.
No, I have.
Oh no, you missed a couple, didn't you?
Yeah,
missed one?
No, I've missed a few actually.
Fuck's sake.
His mum died and he had to miss the first 10 minutes.
You know what's good about this? Remember the first couple of weeks that we had like fucking press pass bastard and all that saying that we'd last like 3 episodes and it would pack in and they couldn't with date and it was just a pure ramble where we would just pick a day where we would turn up. And they all thought we would last a couple of weeks, and now we're here. We're more popular.
Yeah, look at us now. 99. Like no one hosting properly.
9 o'clock on a Thursday evening. Can't just go to the previous week's fight.
Listen, guys, we've made it. I've got a stalker that's making up about 500 accounts of me. Found out my address, and everybody's going to come up and fucking attack me. That's when you know you've made it.
I had that same guy threaten me, man. It's happened. He knew he knew my route home from work and everything.
What was it? Was that the same cunt as well? Or did
Don't pretend you work, Paul. Come on.
I do it.
Sorry, mate.
There we go.
How was Thailand on the Ladyboys, man?
It was right.
That's
you know,
what.
exactly. You know me very well.
Did you get the happy ending, man?
No, he's got a sore throat because he had some tranny dick rammed down his throat.
Tell Brook recommends it to you,
picked up
man.
a weird disease. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
Right, this just took a fucking bit of a weird turn here, right?
This is what people tune in for. They want to hear about Shep in Thailand, deep throating fucking trannies.
Exactly, and they want to hear about Carpi.
Carp.
Right, I've not watched the fight, so I'm just going to let you talk shite about it. We may as well start with the fight that was in the Friday night.
No, let's do it. Yeah, do it chronological. So
Yeah,
start with
I
Friday.
tried to think of that word earlier on and couldn't think it, so you're a prick.
I forgot about that fight.
I can't stand you.
You can talk about the bum fight like Canelo.
I can't stand you.
I hate you, man.
Well, my review of that fight is it was a close fight, and kind of guy got robbed, but I didn't actually see any single minute of that fight.
I watched it. It was pretty good. Good action, but it weren't your kind of fight, Brian. It was just they could have literally had it in a phone.
You know how it was in my kind of fight? There was no ethnic minorities in there that were slick, and you know me, I like my black slickness.
Yeah, it's just tough. Like Japanese fighters, they're always fucking tough, aren't they? And they tend to be quite decent at punching.
They either tend to be like really good punchers with power, or they can take a punch, or they crash into other people's planes.
But they were a decent fight, and you knew it weren't going to be shit because of who they were fighting. And they've got another one this week or next week with Ortiz against Berto, which is another one where it's just.
But
yeah,
I was basically saying like Rose and
I was
Macklin
saying
should
the
have
other
been a
day,
good
Carl,
fight.
there's no way Berto Ortiz can be a bad fight because
Yeah.
they're both so flawed now.
And they get hit so easily as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Ortiz is a quitter.
They're fighting to fight Kell Brook. Log that.
That's fucking terrible for Hearn.
No, apparently the winner gets Garcia. That's the rumor.
What?
Yeah, that's just
Well,
rumor.
actually, I'm not. Why am I even fucking pretending to be surprised at that?
But how much better will it be though if the actual B minus C level guys just fight B minus and C level guys and have close fights where you can actually watch and enjoy them rather than just
Like Brian Rose and Matthew Macklin, which was absolutely fucking incredible.
It wasn't a bad fight. Rose
Oh, Brian.
terrible.
But let me ask you a serious question. Would you rather them all be recycled for Thurman or fight each other when it's close? That's what's happening before.
I would rather none of them were on my fucking TV screens.
So you're like Rocco, you just want to watch the AA stuff.
No, but I don't want to watch fucking pure bums, like pure shot to shit.
Yeah, but they're not bums. They're better than most of the things that come out of England that we get to watch each Saturday.
Oh, right, I'm talking about Brian Rose. He's a bum.
But like,
he fought for a world title, therefore he is world level.
The thing is though, like, the thing is, if you're the B level fighter, they should fight each other. If he gets a win, then alright, and fight someone else. And if they pick up a few wins at that level, then alright, and you've got a case of fucking step up again. But you don't just fight fucking guys who've got records like 9-7, and then say, oh yeah, I'm ready for a world title now. Or pull out of a fight, saying you've got a cold, start jumping about in the ring when your brother wins his fight, and then say you want to fight Sturm. Fat cunt.
I had a look at Smith's record the other day, Stephen Smith, I mean, and I think since Selby I think he's fought like 7 or 8 times, and like 3 of them have had losing records. It's mental, and he's and then he's saying he's earned his shot and he's done it the hard way. And he fought a guy with a losing record I think a year ago, and now he's fighting for a world title, or he was.
Well, that Barrington Brown had him down, didn't he?
Yeah, he was awful. I remember thinking he was shot that night.
I thought he lost, but the ref managed to give him all the rounds he didn't get knocked down in. So.
Yeah, he was so bad. I remember that he was sort of done after that.
I think they should ban them fucking 4 and 6 rounders when the referee has to ref it and decide who's winning. Because they all
thing though, innit? It's like
they always give it to the guy who's like on the A side of the ticket.
They should just ban 4 rounders generally.
Well, yeah.
Stupid.
I agree. Why is there someone signing on as next big pod and 2 of them?
No, because that's
I think it's Alex.
No, it's not. It's me. I need to sign out. Fucking just keep carrying on till I sort this out.
Fuck's sake. This is a professional podcast.
Well, shall we move on to the
Why don't we start with
card.
the Matchroom show? No?
Leeds card was next, so the first fight was. We're not talking about.
No, we're not talking about.
We're
No,
not
no,
talking about Jippo. He was shy.
We haven't even named the fight from Friday that we were talking about.
Guy versus.
We didn't even name the fighters.
I was wondering that, man. I was thinking, what fucking fight are these? Is this long about? I've kept quiet.
Like I said, this is going to be professional as fuck tonight.
It's Kamagai Sotokaras. I actually watched it live. It was on about 10 a.m. in Thailand. The timing worked out quite well, and
you took a break from shagging a tranny.
Wasn't much shagging going on, mate. Making love, and no, it was a good little fight. I had it 6-4 to Kamagai, but you know, you can't complain about a draw. They'll do it again. You know, everyone got their money's worth. Like I think it was about 90% Mexican in the crowd. You know, everyone was speaking Spanish, sort of thing, and both guys busted up, hugging each other afterwards. Everyone seemed to have a good time. You know, just a really simple fight without any politics or nonsense. Promoters getting in the ring afterwards and trying to sort of, you know, none of that shite. And compare it to Cardle Dodd, which is probably at a similar level. Well, a slightly lower level, but you know, similarly matched. And all the political shite that goes around that with the IFL, you know, Gallagher claiming he's won and all this nonsense. I think it was Sotokaras Kamagai was just, you know, two guys saying, sort of shrugging and saying, yeah, draw was probably fair. Let's do it again.
A little bit about Kamagai, what I find, like, when I saw him against Guerrero, which was probably the second time I'd ever watched him against Guerrero, and I think Guerrero went into that fight maybe 1-20 or something, and I was thinking, this was when people still thought Guerrero were alright, and Kamagai fucking, I'd say won four rounds, let's say, and they were both just bleeding. And then you saw the purses after. Guerrero got $1 million.
Yeah.
Kamagai got 65 grand or something. Yeah. I was like, how the fucking hell has that happened when he's like clearly nearly as good as him?
Guerrero is probably the most overpaid guy Eamon's had. He's
one of those guys who had one of those mental deals where, you know, like David Lemieux's got that deal where if he fought Golovkin, he was guaranteed like 3 more HBO dates, regardless of the result, which is why they're really struggling to sort of put him on undercards now, because they've guaranteed him 3 huge paydays. I think Guerrero had a similar thing, like after he fought Floyd or whatever, where but had to give him like a number of main events.
He's been quite good to Heyman as well, because he'll fight anyone, and he's quite happy even if he's going to lose that fight. But he doesn't give a shit, does he? As long as he gets his quota, he's happy.
But in comparison,
he's Alberto was before, where he's got some insane minimum purse, even when he's fighting like you say, when he's fighting bums, like Friday Night Fights level, and he's getting $1 million. It's ridiculous.
Oh. Right, well, should we move on to the Warrington card? Because the kind of equivalent to that fight, Kamagai thingy, was this, at a lower level probably, was a Stewie Hall against the Mexican fella here. So
Guerrero.
Just two guys standing there punching each other. So, loads of body shots. There weren't much power in either of their shots, so it weren't that exciting, so you knew none of them could hurt each other.
I thought Guerrero wanted out of that. In the first 2 rounds when he kept moaning, I thought, this is going to be a quit job early on. I didn't think he wanted it, but he kept going. Fair play to him, and I didn't have him winning, but it was very close. It could have went either way, really. Them score. What did they have it, like 116, 111?
No, they all had it 117, 111 times 3, which I find it hard that they all, like, from each angle of the ring, they all managed to not give Guerrero more than 3 rounds. It was a closer fight than that, I thought.
Yeah, it's funny what happens when Eddie Hearn fucking drops his wallet, isn't it?
You know it's bad when Johnny Nelson's got the away fighter winning as well.
It's just when a fight is obviously close like that one, and I've only seen highlights of it, but like when a fight is obviously close and all 3 judges have exactly the same card, you know, it's just like, what are the chances that was a coincidence? Do you know what I mean?
But you know what sticks out about that entire fucking weekend? And this is the mass hypocrisy that fucking comes from Eddie Hearn. So he's banging on to Coogan, blah blah blah, and this. He's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter what the fucking scorecards were, the right man won. Should we just fucking point back to what happened in the first Smith-Abraham fight, and he fucking lost his arse? Oh, it's bullshit. The right man fucking won, but the scores were too wide. So what's the difference between that and fucking last week?
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean...
It's fucking...
If you say that, then you just open yourself up. Like, if I don't know, let's say Kell Brook goes to America, fights in a close fight, maybe loses, and he gets a 120, 108 against him. what's Hearn going to be saying then? He won't be saying, "Oh well, the right man won, so I'm not complaining." Like, yeah, it's nonsense.
He's all right.
Appeals.
Yeah. Exactly.
Writing letters to the governing body appealing for an instant rematch.
I'm amazed they got that rematch. Honestly, like, absolutely mental that it was mandated.
Yeah, but don't you think it was mandated, and Abraham was quite happy to take the. It's not like Abraham thought, "Oh, it was a really tough fight. I don't want to give him it again."
That's exactly
Abraham
what it was, man.
thought, it's an easy fight. I'll be a little bit better next time and beat him even wider, and then I'll just get another payday.
I'll actually train and sort of be awake during the fight, and then I'll win quite easily.
And fight for like 20 seconds round rather than 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Abraham was hanging about for Stern, wasn't he? Because Stern fought Stieglitz, was it? And fucking couldn't beat Stieglitz, so he basically had no big unification fight to go into, so he thought, fuck it, I'll give that fat waster from Liverpool a rematch.
He earned it, mate.
Well level.
But whatever, and we just got caught in his own hypocrisy yet again. But it's like, imagine if, no, it never happened, but fucking say if like Martin beat Joshua, so it was a close fight and fucking Martin ended up winning by like 9 rounds on all the fucking cards. He'd go mental then.
Yeah, of course he would, and he'd demand a rematch. And
yeah.
Like, yeah, it's nonsense. But they'll never give Guerrero a rematch because I've heard that Sam Hall wants Haskins, doesn't he?
No, it was an eliminator, wasn't it? Carpe. Cider. No, don't for that prize him out. Oh yeah, that was a final eliminator, I think, for the IBF. But the fucking whole shit, man. He's a fucking nice guy and all this, but I'm bored of it. Oh, he's a nice guy, so like, he's fucking terrible.
Yeah, he's not great.
But, you know, like, don't get fucking out shots because you're a nice guy. Go on, Paul.
10 years ago, the guy was living on a beach in Ibiza.
Getting fella pals.
Yes, so, I was 7 years ago, so maybe 3 years time.
I will be in September.
Yo!
So, how did everyone have the whole fight scored?
I was watching it when I was out in the pub with people who'd pissed Stormzy off. And
Blacking Up 2016.
Boy! And I don't know, I was watching it, and the bits I was watching, it just looked pretty even and pretty shit, and that sounds like what the fight was to most people, so. But, like...
I mean, he is in quite fun fights, Stuart Hall, in his defence. Like, his fights are usually pretty good to watch.
That Malinga one were good.
Yeah, he's been in, like, a number of fights that were, like, yeah, you'd watch them again. They were pretty good. So, I mean, I don't hate the guy, but...
Him against Haskins will be ugly, though, won't it?
Yeah, but it's going to be pointless. And I give Haskins a bit of shit, but it's like Haskins won the first one pretty comfortably, and I don't know how Stewie Hall's going to change in any way, shape, or form to have any success against someone like Haskins.
Haskins will make that fight not a fucking problem.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like the only way Stewie Hall's going to win that is if Haskins just does something terribly stupid, and gets knocked out, and like Hall doesn't hit that hard, so it's like.
What was the scorecards all about? Because I didn't watch this fight because I just didn't watch it.
Like I said, I wasn't watching it off and on. I saw about 3 rounds at the Warrington fight, and I only needed to see 1 round to know that them scorecards were bullshit. So 1 round I saw, and Magassa definitely won it. So that rules out 120, 107.
Yeah, I think that's what the Americans were saying. They were saying there were at least sort of 3 or 4 rounds where Amagassa definitely won. Like, there was no dispute. It wasn't close. And
no, I seen the Warrington fight. I didn't score it. I'm talking about like the Hall fight.
Yeah,
it should have been closer. I scored it for Hall, but it should have been closer. Like at least 1 point, if not 2 closer. I think it was like 7-5 kind of fight, but they all scored it 9-3. So.
See, the only thing I picked up about this was. Like Hearn, see when it came out, like with Warrington 1-2-0 107, you seen him shaking his head at the end, and then he complained saying the scorecards were bad, but then in an interview afterwards he turned around and says the right man won, so we don't care, which is a total opposite of what he actually fucking kicked off because of Crawler, which I found the draw was a fair reflection of the fight. It was a close fight, and
I think it's...
Paul Smith, the fat bastard, man, he fucking lost, and because he won scorecard, they went fucking apeshit and got a rematch. Now, we all know that he got a rematch because Paul Smith's shite, and it was easy money for Abraham, but it's still not the fucking point. This is what I hate about the guy. He's a hypocritical bastard. He's two-faced. He will not fucking stick by what he says week by week. He'll change it just to suit his agenda. The big cockney prick. These scorecards were fucking abysmal, man. I'll not lie. I'm Amagasa, without a word of that, is fucking one of the worst fighters I have ever seen to come over here. He was fucking shocking. He couldn't.
Yeah. He's not great, is he? No.
He had absolutely no balance. He didn't know how to stand in a proper boxing stance, and he actually threw punches in weird angles. I said he reminded me like Carlos Mauser, and then like people saying, "Oh, you stole my tweet." I didn't even know, but there was a few people said that. But even Carlos Mauser fucking had
Mauser was great.
This guy was fucking balls.
He wobbled Warrington a couple of times as well. He hit him with uppercut and it hurt him.
Do you remember that Vivian Harris fight when Mauser? I don't know if anyone hasn't seen it. Mauser, when he beat Vivian Harris, like sort of came out of nowhere and beat an undefeated champion to win his belt. And there's a bit when Vivian Harris slips and he's literally on his stomach, lying flat on the ring, and Mauser bends down and punches him in the back of the head when he's flat on his stomach. One of the funniest illegal punches I've ever seen. And like the commentator says, like, I don't even know if Mauser knows what he's going to do next. Yeah, it sounds like Amagasa's a little bit like that. He's just very unorthodox, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to give like too much shit for Amagasa being shit because, well, fucking Rigo must have had an absolute nightmare that fucking night. But
well, he is fucking massive compared to Rigo.
Yeah, but there's no fucking way, right? But like I said, I didn't see much of it, and the bits I did see, I was fucked when I seen it. But like even then, there was fucking no way all them rounds I seen it Warrington won. There's fucking not. And how the fuck, right? Warrington's not some big fucking hitter where he's beating the fucking shit out of someone, so you can say, oh, that were a 10-8 round, even though he didn't drop him.
He is a good little boxer, though. Like,
yeah, he's good.
We hate him because his fans are
No, I don't hate him.
Terrible
I like him.
I hate his fans. He's fucking fine.
I quite like him. I like his work rate. If he had some power, I'd really like him.
But it's like how, right? For you seen a lot of it, is there a case to be made for any 10-8 round? Because I don't see how he could have. You know what I mean? If someone's fucking beat the shit out of someone for a full round and not dropped him, then you can maybe say it. But I've never seen him beat the shit out of anyone for a full round. Like, to the point where you can say it's a 10-8.
Yeah,
so...
to be a 10-8, the guy needs to be, like, staggering around.
When was the last 10-8 round you can recall? Like
I think Wilder beat Stevern 10-8 in one of the rounds, where he was literally just staggering from one side.
Oh, yeah, he did, yeah. It was the one...
Not falling over.
I've got a controversial one. I gave the last round of Peterson-Garcia, I had that at 10-8 to Peterson, because I thought Garcia barely threw a punch. He was just covering up the entire round. He was absolutely exhausted. And I'm not saying he was like about to go down or anything, but he was just clearly, he was offering nothing. And I gave 10-8 to Peterson.
Did Can get dropped in that last round where Maidana fucked him over?
It was no, it was like
no, he never went down in that fight.
No, it was the 11th, but that should have been a 10-8. That's
a 10-8.
I think that was a 10-8 actually. I think the judges
did score it.
Yeah, he was out on his feet for like a minute, wasn't he?
But that's like an example of a 10-8 when someone's like completely fucked on their feet.
I think they've got to be hurt though. I don't think they can just not do much. I think they've got to be hurt for a 10-8.
Kovalov Hopkins, the final round.
Oh yeah, that's a 10-8.
Rose against Andrade, every single round was a 10-8. Every single round was. I think I've heard that joke before. He said like, yeah, I lost that like by 16 points over 8 rounds or whatever. Yeah. Honestly, there's an argument that every single round of that fight was a 10-8.
Well, but yeah, the scorecards are atrocious, and it makes you think, like, if anyone's watching that, like, I don't know, if there's any other Japanese guys Hearn would bring over, they're going to think, why the fuck would I go over there?
Kono, mate, and who is Kono going to fight? McDonald, was it? Do you remember?
No, he's fighting Yafai, isn't he?
Oh, that was it, yeah, they wanted him over for Yafai, but yeah, like the fuck is he going to come over after seeing that? Yafai will be another 120, 180 job.
But this is the thing that Hearner's not going to fucking realise whatsoever, right? So he's wanting to get all these fights of Brook over here and all this shit. Anybody who sees that is going to think, well, why the fuck am I going to risk losing a belt or losing a fucking fight when there's these judges who clearly got their head up their arse fucking...
It comes down to just one particular fight. What was it me, but especially Mark McFarlane kept saying about the Frampton Quigg fight? see this fucking.
Oh yeah.
The winner gets the majority of the money. We'll just go like 70-30, 60-40 and all that. And they're like, no, because we don't know how the scorecards are going to go. And one scorecard actually gave it to Quigg. I mean, that's the whole reason here. But I'm not saying it's corrupt, but am I?
Of course it's corrupt. Of course it's corrupt. Of course it is. Yeah.
He's the biggest promoter in Europe. He's probably top 4 in the world, right? I've seen the way it works. See when you actually stay in the hotel where the boxers and that are, the judges. Who's the guy that runs British boxing?
Robert Smith.
He's in the same hotel. The referee's in the same fucking hotel. So they're all in the hotel, paid for the one promoter. Now that can't be right. Surely what should happen is Eddie Hearn gives the British Boxing Board of Control the money for them to put them up somewhere else. I mean, I think that's and I hand to like Frampton. I'm walking about and like fucking who's that fanny that fucked up the Froch fight?
Howard Foster.
He was like fucking stoning about and be like, "We're here for a picture," and marks like that. Oh, how much did fucking Froch bung you for a house, you cunt? But they're all in the same hotel. That part can't possibly be right. And surely if you're round about these circumstances, it's just fucking human nature that you're going to be more biased.
Exactly, Brian. It's a psychological thing. Like if a guy basically puts you up for a week and pays for you to be in a hotel, and you see them every day, and you end up like becoming mates with them, which you would do because Hearn is like a friendly guy, and he would stop and say hello to you and make you feel welcome. You're going to end up psychologically favouring whatever Hearn wants, and you're not going to want to, even if you don't mean to, you're not going to want to like go against him.
Do you think they get invited to that annual Matchroom barbecue?
Nah.
They get a free fight pass, I heard.
Yeah, but we was on about this on I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, weren't we? Like in a WhatsApp. Like when does it go from bad judging to corruptness?
Yeah, but that Quigg one fucking reeks. Absolutely reeks of something more dodgy.
Well, you can remember. Do you remember Ainsley? Charles, when he came the first time, said quite a classic trick is to put off a wide. We talked about what was it, Canelo Mayweather, didn't we?
Yeah.
We went was
Canelo
paid off, and he went, yeah, one of the judges would have been paid off because a split decision loss is a million times easier to kind of brush under the rug than a shutout unanimous decision loss. And quite often, a promoter will think that their guy's probably going to lose, but they will have a contingency plan, which is that we'll make it look like it was close. And that's, of course, that's what Hearn did with Quigg.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way, that fight was not hard to score at all. Like, almost everyone had the same scorecard, right? 9-3 or 8-4.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought, when they said split decision, I just said to Andy, I said, they fucked him here. I said, they fucked him. There's no, like, it seemed...
You thought they were going to give it to Quigg?
Yeah, it just, I don't know why, but they said split decision, and like the fucking air got sucked out of the building for a second, and I'm like, what? And I don't, like, I remember watching Burns v Beltran, right, and you sort of knew that Beltran weren't going to get it regardless. And it's like, once they said it was split decision, I sort of had that same feeling, and I thought, oh, yeah, we fucking got it, fucked him here. And I think they might have thought it as well, but...
Do you think Eddie Hearn will have wanted that though to go to Quigg? Because I've got a feeling when it's like a big fucking fight like that, and if cards come out like when it's obvious for anyone watching that Quigg didn't win any of the first 6 rounds, so it's impossible for him to have won.
Yeah, but
Hearn would have wanted a draw, honestly.
Maybe,
would have meant a massive rematch,
Maybe like a majority draw, but one guy giving it to Brampton.
It gets a rematch either way.
I know,
this is what I never understood.
He don't care.
Do you remember Whittaker Chavez? And I can remember thinking, like, obviously I didn't watch it live or anything, but when I learned about that fight when I was younger, I remember thinking, well, obviously they did that to set up a rematch, but then obviously the rematch never happened, so it's a bit strange. That's one I still can't figure out, because a draw didn't really help either guy, and you think if they want to protect Chavez, they would have just robbed Whittaker and given the decision to Chavez instead. Yeah, I didn't really get that one, but I know what you mean. I think a draw. I think Hearn would have been praying for a draw because he could have convinced idiots that the fight was close and a draw is fine, and then they would have just talked about the rematch forever. Quigg's talking about the rematch now. That's all he ever talks about, like in all his interviews. Or there will be a rematch eventually. But it's but
who's he even kidding? Like
exactly.
Even his own fans didn't think he won.
Well, I was sat with like Barracks and Big Steve in the Quig sales, wasn't I? And even they fucking didn't believe that Quig won. So
I haven't seen a serious journalist or fan who scored it for Quig.
I think that fat lesbian thought Quig won that hookway, but
oh yeah, you fucking will have.
That's about all I've seen. But he gave Swifty Smith the win the other night.
Did he?
And he scored Warrington. He said he were in there for 9 rounds and he scored them all to Warrington. So
who the fuck? Who?
That hookway.
Who?
That's why I've blocked him.
Dave Allen's going to smash him anyway, or her.
Who are we talking about?
Let's go on to the
No. Who fucking scored that fight to Swifty?
Simon Hookway.
Oh, that fucking wee dyke.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't see anyone score that for Smith.
It looks like
let's go on to that card.
He looks like fucking sunburnt Satsuma, doesn't he?
Right, let's go to the BBC.
Yeah,
let's go to proper boxing.
Yeah, we're going to start which one. Let's start with the Smith one and
do Foxwoods first.
Let's see what Paul's got saying about Stephen Smith.
Team Bumbros.
So Paul, mate, on the undercard, we had Jose the chicken Pedraza finally stop ducking and face off against Liverpool's almost unbeaten Stephen Smith. How did you score it, mate? What did you think of the fight?
I thought it was wide. I thought it was about fucking. I thought it was maybe 9-3, 9-3, 8-4 at the very best. Anyone fucking. People were saying afterwards, oh, you know, Smith could beat another champion in the division. He just came up against the best guy. Yeah. What are they fucking talking about, man?
Yeah, absolute bollocks, that is.
He didn't have Pedraza in trouble at any point in the fight. And the only rounds he won were the rounds where Pedraza just, you know, took a round off and didn't really move as much. Whenever Pedraza stepped it up, he outclassed him, really. So what are people talking about when they say... Lee Selby said it, didn't he? Oh, you know, he can come again. He can, you know, if he gets another shot against another champion, he could win. It's like, come on, man, who are you fooling? Selby's normally a straight talker, but what are you talking about, man? He didn't come anywhere close to winning that fight.
I think it was in like the 9th or 10th round, and Al Bernstein said there's two. Smith's got 2 major problems in this fight. First one is he's never managed to remotely hurt Pedraza with any punch, and the second is that at times he looks really confused, as if he's out of his depth, and he was. And he
has an absolute fucking idiot as his cornerman. Well.
Yeah, this needs to be addressed fucking tonight.
Well, he's never won a world level fight, man, ever. I don't count fucking Anthony Crolla versus that kebab shop owner who he won his world title.
Kiko Martinez is his best win.
Yeah, but
we'll talk about this, won't we? Who is Gallagher's best win? Yeah,
Shot Martinez.
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
Gavin Rees, fucking Anthony Crolla, maybe.
Yeah, that was close.
I thought Rees beat Crolla.
But if you look at that fucking fight, Martinez was fucked, man. He's not having that. He's not having that as though it's a good win. Fuck off, no way.
It wouldn't be Smith fielding, would it? That's not a particular.
No, come on, man. I'm going to admit it. I'm scousing out. Fielding's fucking garbage, man. I mean, he's not
Did John
even.
Murray ever beat anyone? Good, not really.
No.
Well, no,
he European level guys, but that was
he got
it.
beat by Mitchell, didn't he?
He fucked the Mitchell fight as well.
Come on.
Murray should have beat that cunt.
A focused John Murray would have beaten Kevin Mitchell that night.
Yeah, that's
deserves
true.
another chance.
Well, Murray fucking blames Gallagher for that loss. I've seen interviews with him where he says fucking Gallagher was an arse during the training camps, and that's why he left him after.
Yeah, he was only bothered when he got the Rios fight, wasn't he?
Yeah, he left him, and then as soon as he got the Rios fight, he picked up the phone again and
apparently though, again it's fucking 2 sides in it. Apparently Murray didn't pay him for 2 fights in a row.
Murray was out on the piss the entire time.
Yeah,
he was a notorious pisshead.
Yeah, so when
honestly,
when Macklin fought Stern,
Murray went out in the hotel and got fucking rat-arsed.
No, they got there on like the Tuesday or the Wednesday or some shit. They didn't see him for fucking 3 days.
Yeah, but
so he says.
Ainsley, if you had to spend fucking time with Gallagher who shags dogs, so you'd be out.
He was trying to shag a dachshund in Dortmund.
He was probably just trying to stay away from Macklin so he didn't get fucking shot.
Honestly, the worst one is the Rios fight. Is just like it's horrible to watch. It's
just fucking
every single round. Go out there and give me 110%. And
Come on, son,
it's not
deep,
fucking
deep.
working, Joe. You
Come
need to
on,
pull him
son,
out.
deep, deep down. They don't give world titles away, you know.
Yeah. Do something different or pull him out because it is not going to work. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. No plan B.
No, he famously said in the corner in that fight. He famously said in the corner in that fight. I remember watching it. They don't give world titles away, you know. Now, a guy whose whole MO is take the easiest route to a world title and have it just given to you. It was a bit rich.
Maybe he figured out after that. Actually, maybe they do give world titles.
Maybe I don't have to fight good guys. Maybe we can get world titles without having to fight real good guys. Yeah.
Listen, 2016 could basically, other than Liam Smith, because we know they're going out their way and make sure he doesn't have a decent opponent. This could basically be a fucking right bad year for him. Like everybody possible fucking loses other than Callum Smith, because Callum Smith will not have a meaningful fight until next year. So you're talking that maybe. See the thing with Crawler, I'll be happy either way. See if he wins, man. I like Crawler. Even Joe Gallagher can't waste fucking me supporting Crawler, right? But see if he gets knocked out, I'll be fucking laughing at that as well, right? And it's just basically any time these fuckers step up, he's exposed. He trains his fighters the exact same way. I mean, don't get me wrong, I quite liked watching Stephen Smith at the weekend. He did do some decent things. He seems to have a fucking better foot movement than most of them.
Yeah.
He's just a bit jittery, Smith. Do you know what I mean?
But he's not just a fucking left hook happy either. He knows how to throw a punch and he's good with his jab. But
what's really funny is sorry, Andy, just very quickly. What's really funny is like we saw it against Pedraza, who is a good, solid world level guy, but he's not like an elite fighter or anything. And a guy who proved that he can be got to and he can be hurt. Smith couldn't hurt him at all. And if you watch the fight before, do you remember that one against Boschero? And literally hauling throughout the fight is saying Stephen Smith is a devastating puncher. He's a devastating puncher. And then he steps up and he cannot even not even knock the champion back at all. And it's not like Pedraza is this like iron-chinned warrior. Do you know what I mean? And you just see the jump between the sort of sky bubble and the actual world level. It's ridiculous. And I think Smith's a perfect illustration of how far apart they are and how much Sky are lying to their viewers, basically.
They're not lying, they're cleverly marketing things to that certain audience, aren't they? Because they know the people like fucking us are not going to listen to it. But we've said this before, like, I think it was when Smith fought Fielding and they're on about how they're both massive punches. And I thought when they put, well, it's all fucking relative to who you're fighting. Like, if you're fighting idiots, then you're going to look like a bigger puncher than you are.
They told people Curtis Woodice was a massive puncher.
Oh, God.
But the interesting thing about the Smith fight for me was, everyone was telling me that before the fight, because I didn't bother watching the Pedraza Cherry fight because everyone told me it was shit. So I didn't watch that. And everyone was telling me Pedraza's shit, he's the worst champion by a mile. And then he goes in and he literally couldn't miss when he threw the punch at Smith. And I was just thinking, how fucking bad Smith to get a shot here.
Yeah.
But literally,
and he hurt Smith numerous times.
Everyone told me Pedraza's shit, and when he's in against Smith, he literally looked like a world beater. Like, he looked really good at times. Like, second round, I think, he just absolutely butchered him. And then later on in the fight, when he was just teeing off on him, couldn't miss with any punch. I was thinking, this guy's fucking class.
Pedraza figured him out very, very early in the fight. After, like, third or fourth round, you could just see that Smith would sort of try and jump in and get off those uppercuts, and Pedraza completely figured it out and would take a step back and just completely nullify it. Smith looked totally clueless, and he was getting by on like energy, and then he got knocked down, and then sort of the game plan went out the window.
There's never any sort of dimensions to any Gallagher fighters. They just fight one way, and if it doesn't work, they're fucked.
Yeah.
There's none of them that can change a plan in a round.
Quigg had a game plan. Don't throw anything, and then throw a bit.
Yeah, that is slowly creeping into his fight, so it's been some sort of game plan now. Because Liam Smith keeps doing it against fucking Buddings, but it's bad habits, because it's like doing that against John Thompson. Fuck me, right? Chuck me in with John Thompson and I'd fucking do the same. Let you throw punches until that biscuit chin gets worse, and I'd fucking fart and he'll fall over.
You're meeting at a catch weight?
Yeah, well, fight at my weight like you fight Canelo weight. 286 pounds.
See what people forget, and I bring this up from time to time with Lee Selby and all. Stephen Smith was chasing Mayweather for fucking 2 years, and eventually when he was running about, he could have maybe got the fight. All of a sudden he got fucking injured, quote unquote injured. I don't believe all this fucking bullshit. And then they jump to another organisation, and that's fucking typical Hearn. He's always trying to pick and choose to try to get the easiest champion. They've done it with Lee Selby. They were going to go for Mares, and see when Mares getting fucking wiped out with Gonzalez, all of a sudden they went for the WBC to the IBF. I mean, I know Hearn's got a lot.
Well, he's in tight with the IBF, and he gets what he wants.
But at the same time, he fucking ducked Miura to go with Pedraza, and he still fucking lost. So I'm happy at that because
let's be real, Miura would have bulldozed him.
I would have killed him.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Because it's like, oh, Smith can come again. As much as I'd like to say, he's like, who is he going to fight? Fucking Martinez.
Yeah, someone get it up. Who are the champions at the
Lomachenko. You've got Lomachenko moving up. Fuck's sake. Who else is it? Vargas. Imagine Smith against fucking Salido.
Salido would kill him.
But he fucking would though. That's the thing. It's like it's not even.
I don't know who I'd support in that fight, man. I'd be a fucking toughie.
So sorry. Who are the champions at the moment? You got Martinez, or it'll be Lomachenko.
Martinez. Vargas. Pedraza.
Who's the fourth one?
Is it
Fortuna? Is it? No.
Fortuna, is it?
No, I don't think he's got a belt.
No, I think he's seen on the regular.
Oh, yeah.
Fortuna Smith would actually be a really, really good fight.
He's messy as fuck, though, isn't he? Fortuna? He's horrible to watch.
They're both messy. It would end in like a brutal one-punch knockout.
Or a head clash.
Is it Vargas, the other guy?
Yeah, Vargas, he could knock Smith out, or he could win all 12 rounds boxing.
Uchiyama, I think the guy's name is.
Uchiyama.
Uchiyama, yeah.
Yeah, I can't say his name.
He's the number one in that division, isn't he?
Yeah.
Everyone consensus-wise.
Uchiyama's rumoured. He's rumoured he might get the Walters fight later this year. That's a rumour.
But you know, like, right? So Salido's fighting Vargas, right? I reckon I might back Salido to fucking chin him, you know.
No, I think he's too easy to outbox Salido. I think Vargas can outbox him if he wants.
Yeah, but if he just goes to war like he did against Miura, man, there's a fucking. You know what Salido's like? That's fucking.
Yeah, but Miura's a bigger puncher than Salido.
Aye.
Yeah, true.
Salido's chinny as fuck, man. He's due to get knocked out with somebody.
I think Vargas will box him. I actually think. I hope not, but I think. Vargas will play it a bit safer than we want him to.
Alright, so I'd say Martinez is probably the fucking biggest piece of shit out of the rest. There's no fucking. Well, obviously Lomachenko's going to beat him, but he wouldn't even beat Martinez, would he?
He might rob Martinez in England, maybe, but he need help. Yeah.
Martinez has got a fair whack on him though.
Yeah, but he's a lot of miles on the clock with Martinez. He's been around a long time. Burns took his soul,
Burns took his soul.
Brian, we've got to talk about the Rickster later because he's, potentially a three-weight world champion, right?
Right.
He's on the list.
That's a horrendously backdoor route to a title, but also hilarious.
See, just before we kind of jump off this, Smith hasn't got a way back to any sort of fucking title at all, right? It's just been announced that Lomachenko's fighting Roman Martinez, and we all know Loma's going to get that belt, right? So
yeah.
You'll absolutely waste it with that. The WBA has got Uchiyama, Fortuna, and Nicholas Waters in their rankings, right? You've got obviously Vargas, and just for sake, he keeps the belt, and he's not going to fight Pedraza again. He's got absolutely no fucking chance, and then you've got to
You know what they're going to do? They're going to hover around, pick up some ranking belts, and hopefully someone will move up or vacate.
Regular
Yeah. Exactly what they do.
The problem with that is the people at 126 are all going to move up as well at some point.
Yeah. He might move back down.
I've got the top 10 up here with Ring. Let's go through. Do we think Smith loses by decision or by knockout? Uchiyama.
Knockout.
Knockout. Vargas.
Knockout.
Miura.
Knockout.
Salido.
Knockout.
Point.
Yeah, maybe knockout, maybe points. Martinez, probably points.
Point.
Fortuna, knockout.
I'd say points against Fortuna.
And then you've got. Do you remember that Brian Vasquez guy? He fought on a Pacquiao undercard a couple of years ago. He's where's he from? Costa Rica. He's he's a bit like Smith actually. He sort of jumps in and out.
I think Smith wins on point.
Didn't he be that fucking what's his name? Felix Jr. was fighting Video.
Yeah, he fought Vasquez beat Felix Jr. a couple of years ago. Yeah, on the Pacquiao. That was on Pacquiao Bradley too.
That'd be a horrible fight and probably points.
ugly fight points, and then we've got Sal Rodriguez, number 9, who's very unproven. I don't know what he's doing in the top 10 actually.
Yeah.
And then we've got Walters at 10.
I'd pick Koki, Jim. I hate the fucking Smith.
Walters would eat him alive.
Walters would knock him out inside.
Alright, and Jason Sosa who fought Walters, who's
No.
got like 4 draws.
Smith would beat him, or Smith
Oh.
would run.
You reckon?
Well, Walters absolutely fucking destroyed
Yeah,
him.
but
That was
the-
never a draw.
Oh,
that a
that wasn't.
draw?
But this is fucking Walters and Stephen Smith.
And then I'm looking at other guys.
Matty
we've got
Hackers
in the
not in
top.
the top 10.
Yeah, and fucking Johnny Gonzalez moved up as well.
Aye.
Fuck me, imagine that.
Yeah, Johnny Gonzalez is ranked with a couple of the organisations now. I mean, I don't know. Smith might be able to. He's slowed down a lot. Gonzalez. Smith might be able to beat him, but if
he's
Gonzalez lands, he'll knock
Oh,
Smith
yeah,
out.
that's
Yeah.
the thing, isn't it?
And then you've got Edna Cherry. You've got Gamboa
Oh, yeah.
in and around there. You've got Jason
Liam Walsh.
Sosa, Liam Walsh. Yeah.
Ain't Billy Dib at that weight as well now?
Oh, fucking Billy did, man. Get real.
I actually might cheer for Smith if he fought Billy Dib.
I would
hate
fucking
Billy.
cheer for him. Fuck that.
You know,
We've
I
missed-
wouldn't mind seeing Stephen Smith fighting Billy Dib in Palestine.
Oh. Oh yeah, that arena that me and you getting built there.
Yeah.
Decent on to open it. I've got 2 other opponents for Stephen Smith. Bit controversial. Rod Salker. How'd you see that one going?
Oh yeah, not bad.
Stalker's actually not bad. He's just
That's what I mean. That's like if I were Hearn, I'd probably make that next.
Is he
If I were
recovered
Hearn.
from
Smith's level?
And then we've got the fucking sensation at super featherweight.
Jason Gavin?
No, the fucking Puerto Rican fucking hero, Orlando Cruz.
Oh, Orlando Cruz, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cruz by bum.
Smith's on the game bashers too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smith's
that-
hate the gays, man.
Get that in Manchester. We'll fucking get the rainbow flags out. We'll be on
Get Kel
Canal
Brook on the
Street.
undercard. Yeah.
Luke Campbell as well. Who said that?
Just sitting in the chat that Gamboa's going back to super featherweight. He'd fucking absolutely erase Smith.
They talked about,
Gamboa
they were
against,
talking about Gamboa against.
Get him in against Loma.
Yeah, I think they actually talked about him against.
Yeah,
Pedraza.
that'd be fucking sick, man.
That'd be a great fight. I think Gamboa's still got a lot to offer. I think he's
Yeah.
a good fighter still.
Is he the one that went with 50 Cent and basically 50 Cent
Yeah.
gave him one fight in 12 years?
Yeah, apparently signed with some other very, very fucking shady promoter though.
And 50 Cent also signed James Kirkland,
50
who
Cent.
also has got
Cunt.
about 1 fight in the last 3 years.
Well, I've heard James Kirkland's turned
James
down,
Kirkland's been in the pen. He's been in the penitentiary as well.
and he turned down Cotto recently.
Fucking.
Let's get onto the Cotto thing later with Hearn because it's a bit
Oh, yeah.
midfield. Just quickly, guys, did anyone see the main event? Gary Russell. I thought he looked pretty good.
Yeah,
he's gonna look good against Highland.
No, but he's much more aggressive now. He's much more aggressive than he used to be, and I think the London fight has improved him.
A couple of
knock him out.
No, I did. A couple of paddies said to me that he'd last the distance, and I just laughed at him and just said black people are too quick.
Oh, I can't believe it's actually asked a couple of fucking paddies.
Yeah, at home.
The first time Russell's got back-to-back knockouts since like 2010 or something. So he's obviously, I think, well, partly might be the opposition, but also he's being more aggressive now.
What the fuck is Gary Russell on saying he wants to fight 3 or 4 more times in his career and then retire?
5 times in 3 years and then he's done.
Yeah, he seems like a guy who doesn't really enjoy it that much.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Apparently Zeus Shimon's on the fucking Martinez Lomachenko card. Fuck's sake.
Stephen Smith could fight him.
Oh, God,
Why would you fucking knob that Russell is? Isn't he? Like, look at the state he's there, man. I bet he struggles to have a wank. You fucking short-ass prick.
T-Rex.
Got a big fucking...
He has got really small arms, hasn't he? Yeah,
He's got a big fucking head, hasn't he? He does look... Oh, I don't really like... I didn't back in. He looks like a fucking flittermite.
But he is really good though. That's the thing, and I do feel like
he's got a
question I saw on Twitter the other day was Russell versus Santa Cruz. Who wins and how? Because I think that would be Russell. That would be Russell's coming out party. I think he'd knock Santa Cruz. I think he'd knock him out. Honestly.
Would Russell not just be too busy for him?
No, I think it would be the speed. I think he'd catch him, and
I
think he would look amazing.
Punches in boxing.
In that fight.
No, but I mean, like busy with the pace and that.
Well, Santa Cruz throws 150 punches around. Fuck's sake.
No, but I mean,
can't be much busier than that.
Would Russell just like be quicker than him?
Yeah, he would be, but it would be volume, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
The pressure would get.
Russell's got fucking one win, and it was a good win, but
he is talented. You can see
Santa Cruz's fucking resumes. I don't know, man. I'm not high in either of them. I'm fucking really not. I'm telling you right now, Frampton beats fucking Santa Cruz in the summer. Log it.
Does Frampton beat Russell? They're probably about the same size.
Yeah, he's got midget arms on it, so that'd be a bit closer. But
see when you watch the Gary Russell and the Gonzalez fight, he's not much fucking height wise. I don't think he's really that small. It's just that his fucking body isn't in proportion to himself. He's got short arms, short legs, and a big fat head. But he must be. If you look at he's so fucking weird looking. He does look like that guy to me, myself, and Irene.
The actual midget.
Aye.
I'm pretty sure he's not technically a dwarf, but I know what you mean.
But I don't think he's really, really small. I just think that his body's not in proportion. You know how, look, I don't want to get racial here, but I don't know I don't know how to word this, but
you don't know what?
Well, I'll go with Walls and the likes of Floyd, right? Like, they've got really long arms, like, and Russell's just tiny. You know what I mean? He's no. Oh, fuck it. Whatever.
They got arms like an orangutan, haven't they?
Oh, I just shouldn't have went down this fucking black hole here, should I? Dig me out of this. Move on.
You're calling it a black hole?
Move on to Spence.
And didn't Carp just call him orangutan?
No, I said they got arms like an orangutan.
I'll fucking fill in Gary Russell's black hole if we get in the Mary's cheek.
Let's move on to the other card.
Yeah, let's.
So anyway, yeah. So Gary Russell, we're not sure about, and he looks weird. Okay, let's go. Should we do the PBC? Yeah, PBC now.
Spence, Algieri.
No, what was the main support for that?
Glowacki.
It was hot.
Cunningham.
Not hot. USS, wasn't it?
I got this one right as well.
I had a fucking nightmare with that. I was pissed up going
How
home.
much did you put on Cunningham?
I didn't even realise till the next morning. I fucking looked at my phone and looked at my open bets. Put fucking 50 quid on Cunningham.
£50 on what?
On Cunningham. I don't think he won a round.
No, he did.
Cunningham's completely shot, mate. I made money betting on. Well, almost made money betting on Tarver to beat him last time out, and obviously that was a draw. But I thought Tarver won that fight.
Like that time you put money on to knock out Bradley.
Usyk's gonna fuck Glowacki up, man. And if it's in Poland or Germany, I am there. I'm not gonna Ukraine.
I think he's got a chance to beat Usyk.
How's he fuck?
Glowacki's a good fighter.
I think it'll be a good fight.
I think everyone fucking sucking Usyk off after he's beaten nobody. Fuck off.
You can't predict exactly how he's going to react because he's never fought a guy half as good as Glowacki. So, you know, Usyk's clearly talented, but I think
I think Glowacki's technically flawed though, quite badly.
Yeah, but he can punch and he's tough and he'll keep coming forward. Because Cunningham's
if fools like fucking Uko just stand plodding about like a fucking fat turnip, can fucking land plenty of punches on him, be fucking beating him on points before they get knocked out. If that can happen, that's fucking pretty damning, to be fair.
What's Usyk's chin like?
Pretty decent.
Based on what?
Absolutely fuck all.
Is that Stephen Simmons fight getting rescheduled or?
No, I've got a theory on why that's been called off, but I'm not going to reveal it.
Simmons is shit.
He's
There was no point.
No, well, I don't know if it is, but I think Usyk might have been on that Meldonium shit.
Has Usyk got Vitali's chin, or has he got Vlad's chin?
Don't fucking say that word again, you casual.
Usyk.
He's got Vitali's chin.
No, I think he's got Vlad's biscuit chin, mate.
But you know, if you want, if you want to laugh at something, watch Usyk against. It's called like Kanayev. It's some Russian guy who Vitali purposely brought over just so he get the shit beat out of him. He gets knocked out, and the camera pans to Vitali. He's fucking grinning from ear to ear, like never been as happy in his life. I just thought he's probably going to send that video to Putin as like a little statement. Fuck Russia.
So we were sort of a bit impressed with Glowacki then, generally.
I wasn't.
I'm not. I think he's a cabbage.
Oh, fucking hell. Brian and Ainsley, fucking anyone that just punches people hard, they hate him.
Oh, guys.
That's not the case at all. Sorry, that's not the case at all. I just don't particularly like fucking people that block a punch with their face. He has he can do absolutely nothing. He's a fucking caveman. We all know why I hate Hook. I never ever liked Hook. He's just basically he's a shitter version of Hook. And I tell you, Hook beats him in a rematch if I ever have.
You said yourself last week you don't like white boxers.
Right. No, I love Usyk because I tell you one thing, Usyk will fuck him up.
Yeah.
Glowacki just charging in there with his fucking chin up, trying to swing a punch. You know that man's just going to step to the right hand side, bang, left uppercut, sit down, you wee fucking cabbage.
He'll fuck him with the body work.
Right, and he's going to pull his glove off, and he's going to get his two fingers like that. Glowacki, smell your more, Glowacki, and that's what's going to happen. Boom, log it.
Looking forward
Brian,
to that.
I've got a really good. Actually, for everyone, I've got a really good question for the main event. Obviously, we're turning off all the American listeners by talking about cruiserweights because they're all allergic to them. But main event, obviously, Algieri knocked out in 5 rounds by Errol Spence, knocked down 3 times with exactly the same punch each time. Spence looking really impressive. Question we've had in is, does Spence run over Bradley in a similar way?
No.
No? Bradley can't
No.
punch either. Spence seems like if you can't punch, you can't really stop him. Do you know what I mean?
I think Bradley's toughness.
Yeah, he's physically strong as well, and he's not.
I think he stops him.
Do you think he stops Bradley?
I stop him late, but it's like Bradley's been fucking 36 rounds with Pacquiao, and Algieri got put down 7 times by. Do you know what I mean? It's like I know Algieri were tough and like seen as tough, but Pacquiao did put him down 6 times.
I don't get this argument, no. Let's see, it's like comparing apple and oranges. See, when I said last week that I did say that he'd stop him with a body shot, right, and you all took the piss out of me, right, but
you were wrong.
Yeah, you were completely wrong. Why are you mentioning
well, I said he would stop him that none of you fucking picked. But my whole point was that this is the first fucking proper welterweight that he'd actually fought. I mean, like, Algieri's fought like Provodnikov, who fucking flirts with the weights. He fought Khan, he's fought no country welterweight, right? And this was the first fully fledged like welterweight he was fighting, a guy that can fucking punch. And I was like, he's not going to be able to take this. I was like, the thing with like Spence is, he's a bit like, in my opinion anyway, he's a bit like the Eastern Europeans, where he seems to be in the right position all the time to throw a punch. So any punch that he eventually connects with is fucking full force and is carrying a lot of power. And you seen that? It didn't even look as if he was fully balanced with the first knockdown. And like Spence was fucked after the first punch.
Yeah, I think Algieri seemed to be sort of, he was going for broke, wasn't he, after like the first couple of rounds, because he knew like, okay, this guy's gonna get me eventually. I think the thing, Brian, is like funny he was fighting on the same night as Stephen Smith, because it was sort of, I felt it was like the polar opposite. Smith constantly smothering his own work, and Spence is incredibly good at taking a little step back when he's got the guy against the ropes. Do you know what I mean? Giving himself room to punch. It reminds me of Golovkin in that sense, like always giving himself the angle and sort of making little movements on the inside when he's not just like some crude sort of bruiser who walks forward. Yeah, I felt before he was a bit overhyped, but that was a really good performance. And like, yeah, I'd be lying. I that was the one I lost money on.
I don't understand it.
I thought it was always going to be a 12-rounder, but yeah, it's very impressive one-punch power, because he knocked him down off single shots each time, didn't he?
Aye. Once he said he's like, I don't think he can go. I'm pretty sure he says I don't think he can go any further than he is. He's not really a big welterweight. I was like, what are you talking about, mate? Him and Brook are fucking huge for the weight.
He looks massive, yeah.
He's him, Brook, and like Thurman are fucking huge welterweights.
Well, I think Thurman struggled. Thurman fought at 154 before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? Have you not seen? Like, see when you seen like I think Algieri's quite a big guy, right? See when he was fighting Khan, he looked fucking massive next to Khan, right? But see when you seen like at the weigh-in, like Spence was just pure cut to fuck, and it just looked fucking massive, absolutely massive. And like Algieri had the wee skinny fucking bird's waist. I'd probably pump that Algieri, by the way, but I don't know where Brook, where like Bunchy was coming from. He's not really a big welterweight. I was like, you put him in there with Brook, they two cunts are fucking huge.
Yeah, we fucking. Have you seen all the shit people been putting about Spence and the nipple?
No, I need to go next.
He's dodgy nipples, so he's juicing apparently.
After that win, because I was the lowest on him probably out of everyone on here because I just don't get on board the hype trains.
You're still high on Amir Imam, mate.
Especially American. After Amir Imam, I just can't buy into him. So, but he was very impressive. I've put him straight into like he's around about 5, I'd say now in my welterweight. So just after that, obviously Algieri's not 5, but it's just how he beat him. But who do you think he'd beat in the division now out of the champions? Do you think he'd beat any or?
I think a better question, Cal, is who do you think would beat him? Because he did look really, really good.
Well, yeah, all right, yeah.
It's really hard to say like, oh, I reckon he'd beat Thurman and Porter, but I don't know. I feel
they're all good fights.
Like I'd pick him over Thurman, to be honest.
Don't you think it'd be
Thurman's gone backwards, though, hasn't he? But the thing is, just remember, I know Thurman didn't have a win as good, but everyone was doing this about Thurman fucking not so long ago. He's the great destroyer, and then that.
I'm gonna wait until I see Thurman in with Porter until
I might fucking back Porter in that one for the.
Well, I'm not gonna back Porter. I fully expect Thurman to win, but it's how he wins.
Yeah, if Thurman could do a job on him, that's a really big statement. Yeah.
I'm Porter as well.
Porter's not going to beat him.
Why don't
you guys pick Broner to beat Porter? You're just terrible with Porter fights.
Why don't Brook just fucking Eddie Hearn set up a deal with him to go over to Al for a bit and then have a fucking tournament? There's such good fucking PBC 147s. They could have like a 6-man tournament.
Yeah, but nobody wants to fucking lose to each other, do they?
Yeah, that's the fucking thing.
Well, yeah, but that's got to
You need to sign it up so even if you lose, you stay in the tournament and you get more big fights.
Yeah, they've
got to do a Super 6 thing.
Yeah, why not? Like, it's absolutely set up perfectly. They've got 6 guys that are all quite well known. Well, 5, I think.
Who are we talking about? Who
Garcia,
could you feasibly do it with, right?
Garcia,
you
Porter.
Could have Spence, Garcia, Porter, Thurman.
Can maybe if he comes back down.
Broner and Brook.
Khan's not fucking fight any cunt after Canelo, so that's just.
Broner's down at 140, but I don't think Broner would do it.
Alright, Khan, and you just find some scrub. Next big thing. Crawford could fucking come up.
Yeah, but then
no. But
political boundaries, isn't it?
Who could feasibly do it from a promotional standpoint?
Well, we've got 5. We just need one more.
Yeah.
Well, Garcia, Brook, Thurman, Porter, Spence.
Then you'd need like a wild card.
Frankie Gavin.
An unknown guy.
Yeah.
Fun time Frankie. Yeah.
Lee Purdy.
Fucking one.
Let me think about this. We could get someone good. Maybe Peterson.
Yeah.
Or
what about the Beta Ortiz winner for the bands?
Why don't we give Guerrero another 5 paydays?
Figueroa, maybe. Something like that.
Guerrero just in there, just getting his head splattered everywhere.
I'll tell you what, Maidano would be perfect if he
I was about to say that.
Chuck Chino in there.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick.
He's going to go for the heavyweights now.
Yeah.
What about
He's fighting Paul Smith, mate.
Sugar Shane Mosley?
Fuck off.
What
about Shane McMahon?
You'd need another prospect because at the moment, like Spence is the risky prospect. You need maybe.
No. Fuck that. He's not
Vargas, Sammy Vargas.
Yeah, chuck him in. Oh, he's top rank as well.
He's fighting Lamont Pearson, I think.
Yeah, Peterson or maybe a guy like Diego Chavez, something like that. You know,
what that?
like a whipping boy that everyone can get a win against.
What do you think is
Randall Bailey?
You just said Spence is a
Bailey
prospect.
would ice at least 2 of them.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Chuck Bailey, he might ice some cunt.
Devin Alexander.
Oh, fuck that.
No, I think
shit. What?
No, he and Brook wouldn't get on, would they?
What do you think Spence would do to Jojo Dan and Kevin Bizier?
Yeah, I said this the other day. I said, imagine, when Spence becomes IBF champion, imagine what he's going to be doing to those mandatories. But to be fair, I mean, Brook beat them pretty well in his own right. So it's not like Brook was struggling to a decision.
If he won that belt though, they'd just sack the belt off as soon as the IBF made him do something they didn't want to do.
I honestly think as well it would be like a Rigo situation where like Avalos turned down the Rigo fight. You'd end up with guys turning down their mandatory shot against Spence because
Yeah.
Because Spence isn't going to sell out a stadium like Brook. Like I know Brook doesn't sell out stadiums, but you know he headlines massive shows.
He does about against these bums. He does about 5,000 actual sold tickets.
Yeah, and I reckon a guy like Jojo Down would be much more inclined to go to the UK and get a bigger payday than go and fight Errol Spence on like a 500-seater arena in the middle of nowhere in America and get his career ended basically.
Do you know? Do you know if he fights Errol Spence here? This is the problem Eddie's got. It's not a pay-per-view fight, and I think Eddie knows now that Kell Brook doesn't sell. Like what?
Yeah, but he fucked that up though, really. Because if you look, he was at one point.
No, yeah, he's messed up his career. Well, he messed it up a bit himself, like going for a suck and getting stabbed. But other than that, Eddie knows that he's not a pay-per-view, and Errol Spence is as well known to the spastics in Sheffield as Jojo Dan. So it's not going to make a difference. So it's going to be on a fucking AJ undercard, and I wouldn't actually mind paying for an AJ. I might go for an AJ.
I think it's like the Royal Britannia, isn't it? Just stick it on a stacked card, and just
fine.
let watch it. Yeah.
I'd even let Joshua off with fighting Cornish again if they were having like Spence Brook on the undercard.
But then if he does that, I'm just going to lose my fucking head at that cunt again for mugging everyone off, and then he gets a good fight and he takes him down London.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, true. I had to block him.
I'd fucking lose my head if he done that. I won't really go anyway. Fuck it. But
well, did you see the IBF have ordered I think,
Pomerov?
Yeah, Pomerov or whatever.
Oh, fucking Pom-Pom, fucking yeah.
That buys Brook 6 months, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, but it wasn't due until December anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not made much difference if that gets made before fucking September.
I just hope they do make it and they do force the fight, because it's not going to happen otherwise.
Do you not think Heyman would try and get the fight in America?
Oh yeah, of course he fucking would. But
yeah, go to base, wouldn't it?
How deep's the fucking well though now? Because he shot it with fucking Wilder.
Well, I know what you mean, but
he
fucking
sent Martin over to get his fucking
Floyd's high on Spence, isn't he? So, and if Floyd's high on him, you can imagine Heyman's high on him. So,
guys, who would we just sort of off the eye test? And I know it's a small sample size. He's only really fought Algieri, but for me, the Brook fight is a proper 50-50, genuine 50-50 against Spence, and I really can't decide.
I think
I've seen guys arguing
for
both sides really passionately, and I think that's a really like toss a coin sort of a fight.
I think it would depend where it is. Honestly,
I think I don't know.
I think the two of them have got. Well, Brook deals well with southpaws, but I don't think Brook is able to cope well when cunts go to the body. I've seen him fucking struggle before. Like he doesn't like getting touched around about there, and that's like Spence's fucking best weapon, like going to the body. And I think it's the right 50-50 fight that we want.
Yeah. And they're both two of the most. Probably they're the two most accurate punchers of the division. They're both incredibly accurate offensively.
You can tell when
it's a recipe for a KO.
You can tell when there's a good fight when Hearn starts patronising fans on fucking Twitter. When he starts, I bet you're all tickling your balls to Spence. See when he starts coming out with shit like that, you can tell he doesn't want to make these fucking fights right now. And I would rather it 75-25 mandatory. But he didn't want it back. Let's see, Quigg was going to be a voluntary, so he was going to get even less. But he didn't want a voluntary then, didn't he? He was always trying to fucking work some sort out, give you 60-40. I fucking hate Eddie here, man. He's always contradicting himself, the fucking prick. Just take the fucking fight. You're not going to get anybody else. And everybody knows fucking Spence is a right good fighter. You beat Spence, and that is finally you legitimising you as a world champion. No cunt gives a fuck about you now. You beat Porter. And I still say that you lost, but we're going to watch the fight this weekend, and we're going to talk about fucking that Brook Porter fight next week. But just take the Spence fight. He's not going to get fucking no cunt. And this is a proper 50-50. You take another American's how big that means that the Americans will be like, bring him over here. The American fans will start fucking wanting him over here because he's beat two of their main guys.
Do you think they do? Do you think the Spence fight happens? Because I'm not sure it will.
I don't know. I've just looked photos at this right here, and I can guarantee you 100% he's taking steroids. See the way his nipples have went? They went the same way as my mate when he was banging the steroids. He's 100%
That's what a lot of people been saying, but I'm sure some fighter tweeted it the other day, and deleted it. I can't remember who it was though. Oh, was it fucking? It might have been Vane, fucking Pedraza fucking said, oh, what did he say now? It's something about, oh, I'm not doing any testing and I've not got nipples like Spence or some shit like that.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Yeah.
Why is Eddie Hearn telling everybody that Floyd's fighting fucking Danny Garcia September the 17th?
It's an excuse. So Brook gets to fight some nobody. He can say, oh, well, right. Garcia was busy, so that's why we...
This is what he's saying. He's actually getting a fucking date and everything.
Yeah, it's weird. He's setting it up so he can bring over a shit opponent. It'll be. Do you remember? I tweeted immediately after the Bizier fight that we'll start hearing, oh, he's got unfinished business with Chavez. That's what he'll start saying. That's going to happen. I promise.
It'll be Chavez all over again.
Chavez or Paulie. It'll be one of those two, and he'll say,
"Oh no,
I felt Paulie was winning the fight until Garcia landed a lucky punch, etc., etc." All this nonsense. And Paulie will sell the fight and talk a good game. But,
where's Hearn said this, Brian? Because I'm looking and I can't see anything.
No, I'm just reading it on Facebook. Hearn did say this the other day that fucking that Floyd might be fighting Danny Garcia.
Yeah,
but Garcia.
He's just said that's his prediction. Like that's what he thinks will happen.
But we did come around and say that Brook will fight Can in the summer. #blog it. He didn't say that.
Can will be retired by the summer. The fucking rat.
Can't wait. I'm never want that fight to happen. Never do I want Brook to get that fucking fight.
Yeah, I actually don't want Brook to get it.
You know why I don't want it? Because the build up to that fight is. I don't want to say it, but I'd be very tempted to end my fucking life.
Can't, innit?
Can you imagine that? Enton fucking little shit. Who the fuck's doing that? Them two fucking queers for fucking 12 weeks. Oh, I beat you in sparring. No, you didn't. I fucking beat you in sparring. I beat you up in sparring.
Then somebody would say something about curry, and you're like, why have you brought curry into this? We're like, McDonald's curry.
Yeah, Paul, why are you talking about that?
Take your chin clean off.
Team Cannon.
Well, you see, my chocolate brownie is just going to spark him clean out. Chocolate brownie lands, it sparks.
Queen can.
And they're both so that ringside. Do you remember that ringside of them two?
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Oldley
scolded me live.
They're both.
Oldley Harrison looked embarrassed. Oldley fucking Harrison looked embarrassed. Yeah. Now, if that doesn't tell you everything,
he's all right.
He thought there was going to be a fight breaking out, and he
was embarrassed. Fuck it. I can't wait for Khan to get chinned against Canelo. It's going to be fucking great. And I can't wait for Brook to get chinned by someone. Hopefully it's someone shit, because it'll be fucking funny. I'd rather him beat someone half decent and then Hearn gets all his hopes up and he fights someone at like 154 like fucking Brian Rose to test the weight out.
If Brian Rose chins it.
Oh my god, I would fucking love it. It'd be hilarious. But he's got to get a big win first, so like Hearn thinks he's about to get some fucking another cash cow. And it just blows up in his face. And then AJ gets...
Brook's never going to be a cash cow. He ain't got a personality at all, does he?
No, exactly. It's just not going to happen. Hearn needs to accept that it's with Brook. It's about the respect of the hardcore fans. It's not about like the public. You know, he's not a crossover star. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, 99% of fighters aren't.
He's a crossover, son.
Yeah, cross-dresser, definitely.
Should we do a few questions? Because we've had a few.
Well, I've got something to mention.
Go on, carry on. But, are we doing a few questions?
Yeah.
What about fucking Sturm getting popped? The fucking dirty cunt.
Oh yeah,
has it been confirmed? Are they waiting on the B sample or what?
Yeah, but he's confirmed that he's failed the fucking the same situation as Brown.
As he took a lie detector test there.
Oh yeah, no.
That's shite. That pisses me off so much.
It was on Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
People
getting popped all over the place in Europe, aren't they? At the moment?
It was a special boxing episode actually. They had Lucas Brown doing a lie detector test about drugs, and they had Ross the Lost Birkinshaw on there finding out the paternity of his kids.
Fucking hell.
Carpe.
I hope you know that guy's going to get your address within fucking 40 seconds.
Carpe?
Again.
What?
He's already got it once.
But yeah, so what do you think about Sturm? Because I hope he rots in a fucking little...
what happens to the title? Just
another fake gym. No, it'll go back to Chudinov.
Well, he's ducking Smigger, so I'm upset about that.
Yeah, but Chudinov will fucking probably wind up fighting that cunt, won't he?
George Groves is going to fight for him, I think.
Chudinov beat him anyway the first time.
Yeah, he easily beat him.
He deserved a fucking rematch, and then he paid for the fucking judges, and he still had to take some fucking dues. That is fucking ridiculous.
I sometimes think though that there's so much drugs going on that I don't really take it that I don't really give a shit. They're not fucking hitting me. They're not hitting me, so I don't fucking... It makes it more exciting when they can hit harder, so fuck it. I don't care. Do what they want.
Yeah, but they don't always hit harder.
But if they don't hit harder, what's the point? It's not helping them, so then it's not enhancing them.
If they brought every time...
Like, weight cutter, I don't think should be banned. How's cutting weight?
Yeah,
how's cutting weight?
Saying, I reckon guys from should be able to fight at artificially low divisions and endanger their opponents.
Yeah, but
they're endangering themselves as well.
It's not, that's why they're
not
banned.
as much as they're endangering the guy they're punching in the head.
No, but direct are banned because of the effect on the person who's taking them, as opposed to the other way.
But it's also fucking a masking agent. He masking someone else.
Exactly.
I think that they should basically see like handicap like fighters. You know how like the handicap jockeys, like if it's a good toss, they fucking put weight on it. Let's see if it's like kind of Floyd v. Say Floyd is fighting like Garcia in like September. Every round Floyd comes back because we know he's dynamite and he'll fuck him up. He has to take a line of ketamine so it evens it out.
Yeah.
Well, he can't get up off his stool.
By the 12th round, he's
Aye.
all over the place.
He has to the kettle in the 8th.
He has to lead out, man. His dad's got a fucking wee line out. Take that, son. And he's just
That'd be fucking good, wouldn't it?
His dad's got to grow his little pinky nail out.
Oh my.
I think he would still basically beat Paul Smith for like ketamine.
Boxing fucking on amphetamines. That'd be fucking class.
How about for AJ's next fight, we set a Hearn, he's got to do a line of ket every time fucking AJ takes a punch.
No, because then he'll get even shitter opponent.
Yeah,
he would have been sober in his last fucking one. He would have been there waiting for a line and just go on, Martin. Fuck you.
Imagine that though. If someone's like a four punch combo on him, he's like, oh shit.
Right.
Here's a question, Cal.
Go on, you do a question first.
Well, no, sorry. It's one I've just thought of.
Go on,
what we were saying. If you've got a choice of 2 PEDs that you can take as a fighter, and you're not gonna get caught for either one. You can either have like the magical one-punch KO power PED, right? So it turns you into Randall Bailey.
Yeah.
Or you can have like a stamina one, which means you could basically throw 120 punches around, no problem.
The Santa Cruz.
Yeah, you could have a Santa Cruz or a Randall Bailey. What do you go for?
Take the Bailey all day.
I'd go for the Bailey.
Crowd pleaser. Throw 3 punches around, but
if I were a fighter, I'm proper lazy. So if I were ever a fighter, I'd either want to get knocked out early or knock someone out. I wouldn't want to be there in the second round.
Cal's David Mitchell.
You'd be Ola Afolabi. That would be if you were a fighter. Afolabi, respect to him, good fighter, but he's one of the laziest fighters I've ever seen. And yeah, it was brilliant because I
always hated him. He always looked, I don't know, he did look like a speck. You know how when a specky bastard takes his glasses off and he looks fucking good? That's what he looked like in the ring. You knew he was a specky cunt.
Do you think he would be? I think he'd be. We're talking about Tony in a bit, aren't we? Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, well, when Paul comes back on, he's coming back in a minute, he says.
Sound.
Yeah, sorry, do you want to do questions then?
Yeah, I've got a few, because we said we'd take them, so we may as well ask a few. We asked for them.
Is there any in the chat? Can't see any in the chat.
Which TBA will be worse? I'll give this to Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Liam Smith's homecoming or Martin Murray's on the Crawler undercard?
See the thing is though, look, Martin Murray's TBA is irrelevant because it's an undercard fight, a shite card, or a shite fucking undercard, right? Liam Smith's headlining a world title, a quote-unquote world title fight. I still don't call him a champion because he fucking waited until Andre gets stripped and he's not fought MD. I don't even think they 2 guys are in the top 20, right? So, Liam Smith, I think it's an absolute fucking redneck that you've actually advertised a fight without an opponent. I know Joshua's done it, but Joshua's not basically fucking got... Like, he's probably not even printed tickets or fuck all. Yeah, he's probably just sitting in his banging fucking HGH and staying humble in armour gear. So Liam Smith, the fucking rat. I know they turn around and says, "Oh, we're trying to get Trout," but everybody knew that he was going to be fighting like one of the Charlos for this WCB.
Would you say he's the worst champion? He's the worst champion Britain's got to date, in terms of resume by a distance.
One of the worst ever.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, you know how the Smiths are always fucking bitching and moaning, like Paul Smith, like he's always greeting about the amount of shite we got. You know what? Because we fucking have boxers in high standard. See, if you're a world champion, fucking act like it. Fight proper opponents. Don't give this. Let's see when he was fighting that Jimmy Kelly. What is this? This is easy Christmas money. We don't want to fucking hear that. You've got a haircut for the fucking 80s, you wee ball bag. You're going fucking grey and you're about 10 years younger than me. Look at the fucking state of you. I can't stand you.
18 months ago, right, I was fucking right on that, yeah. I think Liam's been fucked over by Warren. I was alright with him because I thought he was half decent. But then fuck knows what's happened in like the last 18 months. Fought shite, and then he's going on like he's some fucking world beat. But it's just ridiculous. It fucking pisses me off. It's just pathetic. Like, fucking hell, man. Where the fuck did they drag him out of? That vacant title shot. He was terrible. And fighting Jimmy Kelly. Jimmy fucking Kelly, man. Like, that's like literally like Jimmy Kelly fought like fucking 10 bums, right? That's like fucking me being a fat cunt and fighting 10 Gary Cornishes and then fighting fucking Joshua.
Jimmy Kelly's another specky bastard. What's this? Specky cunt should be Bellew box, you specky fucks.
Yeah, and bullshit with a fucking build-up for that. Oh, it's Liverpool against Manchester. Stop trying to use that to build a fucking fight.
Right, I've got another next question because Liam Smith's getting everyone angry. Right, which dad annoys the panel more? The self-obsessed, control freak Eubank who talks for his son, or Nigel who shags his son?
Shagging your son's worse than
I think you've
picking your son up, isn't it?
That's from Jake Burns. I've elaborated the question a bit, but
you missed one off there. Weren't the Fury included in there as well?
Oh, well, Big John for just.
Oh man, that cunt gets on my nerves.
Big John, fucking, you know that.
Colin
Hart. After that, sorry mate, that was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't like that. We'll all have a vote each on this one.
It made me feel uncomfortable. That did.
Yeah, all right. Let's vote on it. So I'll go Fury. Cal.
I'll go. It's gonna have to be Fury after that. He were a bit intimidating for me. I didn't like it.
Brian.
I don't really call Big John like fucking Tyson's dad. He was fucking. It's very jail for ages. I say Peter's his old man, and I like Peter Never, and he's quite honest. But see, at the same time, see the fact that they've always got an excuse for fucking Fury not getting a fucking decent opponent. It does bug the fucking tits out of me. Oh, we can't get this, we can't get that. I tell you what, cunto. How about fucking paying people enough money to take the fight and they keep going out as if like they're offering all this great money? No, you're fucking not. If you're offering that much money, why are you fucking sitting in a 6-8 berth caravan park that's leaving?
Did you just call him cunto?
Yeah.
I'm going Angel Garcia.
I asked him about Fury's dad.
It's Angel Garcia or Kenny fucking Porter in it.
Good fan of him.
Hold on, we need to fucking roll this back and pull some more out.
Go on then, pull some more out.
Right, Barry in, he's got to get fucking chucked in.
Go on.
Angel Garcia.
I like him though.
Angel Garcia is brilliant, honestly. One of my favourites.
Kenny Porter.
He's alright.
Porter's a bellend.
Chepo.
We'll chuck fucking...
Chuck Chepo in there.
Guerrero's dad's a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Ruben Guerrero, yeah.
Noel Jude.
He's a gangster. I do really think he's a bad cunt.
Thingy, what about
Mayweather?
Joy Mayweather Senior.
Tommy Coyle's dad. I fucking hate his strawberries. He's a fucking prick.
Big Daddy Coyle.
Amir Khan's dad.
Well, Gapto.
No, Ray Hatton's got to be the worst. He knocked his own son.
No, he's the best.
He iced his own son.
Absolutely fucking erased him.
I wish there was.
If there was.
Question, yeah. If you could get CCTV footage of one incident, what would it be? Ray Hatton icing Ricky in a car park, AJ beating up a granny, Or I don't know, what's the third one?
I want to see Floyd.
Khan
beat
in the strip club.
No, I want to see Floyd beat his bird up.
I want the
You
truth
actually-
about Ched. I want the inside fucking in the hotel room so we can get Ched off and back onto Sheffield United front line. It's taking us straight back to EPL. Go on, Babby. Innocent.
I want Hatton getting iced by his own,
Yeah,
by his
that'd
own
be
dad.
Yeah,
that'd be brilliant. That because you could
One
imagine
punch,
getting
just
dead
later.
Larry and then just.
I hope Brook's able to get a time machine and he can get back to that night Ched Evans raped that bird and he actually fucking raped Ched Evans.
It'd save us a fucking lot of trouble, you know.
Ray Hatton broke into the bedroom, iced the girl. Ted didn't even know what was going on. Ray Hatton just punching everyone.
Quick, right, get on the Justice for Ched Evans website and submit it on there.
We had just fucking put him to a kit.
Yeah, tearing around North Wales, just punching everyone out.
Fucking hell.
Let's have a vote then. Just pick one of any of them, dads.
What, for being a cunt?
Yeah, just one name.
Kenny Porter, because he just lies all the time.
Kenny Porter, because he's actually like an evil bastard.
Paul?
Fucking John Fury, no contest, man.
Yeah.
That cunt gets on my nerves.
What about the arm? We're missing the arm out.
Oh, yeah. Paul Smith Sr.
He's alright.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Cale Brooks back because he done a runner when he was only just a baby.
Michael Reed.
Fuck's sake.
Oh shit, I just What? Who said anything?
It's not live anyway.
What about AJ's dad? Mr. Steroids.
My son is not on stick.
My son, I've never took steroids.
This is all natural.
You all thought, Cal, you thought about doing an accent there, didn't you? And then you dropped it pretty quickly.
I've just remembered.
No, but I tried the accent. I'm just not very good at African.
Can anyone remember fucking Leo Santa Cruz's dad talking shit about Lomachenko? That was
Cowboy hat, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
he looks quite cool, him, to be honest, man. The cowboy hat and the moustache.
You see, if I was going to be a boxer, I'd just punch the cunt out of my dad before I turn pro and says, if you ever get in front of a fucking camera or do an interview, that's going to happen again.
Loma's dad's pretty cool, actually.
Do we count Costamato as being a dad? He's definitely the worst dad. Then he was.
He makes them call him daddy anyway.
Yeah.
No, he never had kids, did he? That was one of the things. Him and his wife never had children.
Right, let's move on from this is going in the wrong.
Yeah, he was married, mate. He was married for. Was very good.
Scott Connell's dad. That's a fucking great shout.
Oh yeah,
great shout.
Oh, he's a horrible man.
Nah, fucking had a fight with Masha Dodd's fans.
Did he?
Yeah.
What a fucking.
But they were barbaric.
I like Masha Dodd. Seems
what
alright.
about that guy that used to train fucking Ricky Hearn, who's turned out to be a nonce?
Yeah, Bob Shannon, Jake.
Bob Shannon's in trouble, is he?
No,
he got arrested.
He got off with it. Kevin Webster defence.
Oh right, okay.
He was trying to leave a legacy, man. Trying to leave a legacy.
The fire's back in his belly.
It's not even. I got a
dog's got tits.
Frankie Gavin's technically a dad in boxing because he's got kids and he threw a stool at some cunt in front of some other kids.
Yeah.
His own.
He's had a fight in front of his children, so that's
That's not as
to be
bad
fair,
as
I would have seen the CCTV of that because if it was anything like the Brook
that
fight, he would have he'd thrown about fucking 3 punches and just held for the rest of it.
He would have taken on a guy twice his own size because he was in such bad condition.
Well, I can remember I was told by son-in-law, this is like a verified story, that when he was training for the Curtis Woodhouse fight, he was doing his runs, and then all of a sudden they couldn't find him. They went down the route and fucking seen him sat on the floor of a takeaway eating a kebab.
That sounds believable. Yeah.
I'm not saying Tommy, but the person who told me is trustworthy on that one.
How the fuck are we talking about Frankie Gavin when we're talking about dad?
He's a dad, isn't he?
All right, yeah, right. So John Fury or Kenny Porter's won that.
No, I'll just say Kenny Porter because he's a con.
Right, we'll go on to this one. This one's a bit more serious. So.
Can I just say, well done everyone for not mentioning Luke Campbell's dad. Well done.
Yeah.
That would not be very nice.
Paul, you could have this one. It's a bit more serious. With Warren confirming today that Saunders is not able to fight this summer, who do the panel think that's next for Eubank Jr.? So maybe map out the rest of the year. Next 2 fights.
He's only going to have one.
Right. Let me, guys.
It's-
I'll get the
but
rankings.
it's a-
I'll get the rankings up for you.
Let Paul answer this one.
Yeah.
Has he still got the
Okay.
British title, or has he fucking binned it, or what's he
No,
doing?
I
with
think
it?
he's got
Still
it
got
for
it.
now.
Well, will he just defend that for something to do? Because I don't think he's going to go and fight. Is he? He's not. I don't think he's going to get another eliminator so soon after he's just had one and then jibbed it off. So
I'll tell you what. Eubank is currently ranked number 3 with the WBC, right?
Who's their champion?
Above him, number
Oh,
1
he's-
is Jorge Sebastian Highland, that guy who beat Macklin.
Well, that'd be a good fight, you know.
That would be quite a good fight, and also, you know, to be honest, Canelo would much rather fight Eubank than Golovkin, right? If he's defending
Yeah,
himself.
Would they do that because would they not chuck the mandatory on a Triple G?
Yeah, but he's been mandatory for like almost
Yeah,
2 years.
that's what I'm saying.
They don't care. They don't care about the mandatory.
Andy Lee, if Warren fucking gets his checkbook out,
That'd be a good fight.
No. Okay, no, fuck that. Nothing. Just ignore me.
You've also
And
got,
they-
you've got Sorrow, number 4.
They could give a bit of like, say there's a bit of needle because obviously.
yeah, it's not worked out with Booth, has it?
Adam Booth, they had the trainer angle because it's all about fucking trainers now. They seem to get more press than the fighters.
Who would you back if they fought Eubank and Andy Lee?
Eubank.
Yeah, I think I would, you know.
Eubank could knock him out, I think.
Unless Andy Lee fucking sidewinds with one of them big fucking right hands, I don't think
He's always got.
I think Lee's over the hill. I think he's well past.
He was pretty awful against Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah, exactly. I
And
think
I
prime
think-
Andy Lee would have beaten Saunders.
Yeah.
Who looks good against Saunders though? He makes everyone look shit.
Yeah, but I also think that Adam Booth's fucking overrated like fuck.
Saunders fighting fucking Eubank?
No, just
no.
No, he's injured, isn't he?
What's wrong with him?
His hand, isn't it? Too much wanking, he said.
Did he? Did he actually say that?
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
So how long's he out for? Is he going to fucking magically be better in September, or is he out to like November, December?
I
He's
think
out for the summer, apparently.
He's out for the summer, so you'd assume that
Okay.
means you're back in training.
Do you know
in
the one-
August.
Oh, that Triple G fight at Upton Park fell through. Damn it.
Golovkin just didn't want it, all right, Cooks?
Yeah.
The one that I was thinking about the other week, as this kind of a learning fight for Eubank, but also, you know, a sort of keep his momentum going, would be someone like Hassan Ndam, who I reckon would come to the UK. And that will be a guy who's vulnerable, but can also move a bit, because I think Eubank does still need to kind of work on cutting off the ring and, you know, fighting guys who aren't just going to come forward and slug against him. I think that's a good fight.
He manages to land his uppercuts from fucking wherever they stood there. It's not like they just got head down, these fighters. He seems to land them even if they're a bit away from him. He's a weird style, isn't he?
Yeah, but who's he landed him against, really?
Spike. One of the
And
best
knackered,
fighters.
and knackered Billy Joe.
Yeah, but...
Spike's one of the best fighters out of Cork, mate.
He's up there with Mike Perez.
He's up there with me.
and Calvin, yeah.
Is San Solomon still knocking about, or?
Yeah.
No, his knees must have fucking
Sam
blown
Solomon,
up.
got beat, Sam Solomon got beat by that lad, Dominic Wade.
Dominic Wade.
He'll go anywhere, him.
He's fucked him, man. His knees must be fucking
falling off.
What about? There's actually some really interesting guys in the WBC ranking, but a lot of them are kind of. I can't see why they'd fight Eubank. You know, like Eubank Lemieux, I think would be a brilliant fight, but I think Lemieux's being lined up for Canelo. I reckon that will happen next.
Do you know, because Eubank's like, obviously burnt the bridges with Sky a bit. Having said that, they'll probably take him back. Cause...
Oh, man. If he wants to go back, man...
They'll have him back in a second.
They'd send a jet to pick him up if he wants to go back.
Oh, of course it would.
Say if he just wants to like defend against some like British guy.
John Ryder.
John Ryder, let's say. Do you think... Well, no, John Ryder's Sky. Even someone lower than him. Someone that...
Etches.
Yeah. Well, do you reckon that Cyclone will let him have one of their TV dates and Joe fight and let heel headline and let some of the like Josh Taylors and them guys fight on the undercard?
Oh, I cannot see fucking Barry putting up with this shit that them two idiots fucking.
Because
it'd be worth their while because Eubank's like his ratings gold, right?
Yeah, that's
the crowd.
It worked for both of them, and they must have a bit of mutual respect for each other, McGuigan and Eubank.
But you know
more
what?
than they have for her.
You know,
I think they're united by their hatred of Hearn, aren't they?
Yeah. But when
Tommy
you know what's
Langford.
When, Tommy Langford. Oh yeah, but he's gonna fucking keep him for Billy Joe, mate.
He's not that bad, Tommy Langford.
No, if Tommy Langford fights Eubank Jr. and I don't know, let's say he goes the distance, it gives Billy Joe the fucking excuse to fight him when the Eubank rematch negotiations fail again.
Yeah, but I reckon Warren's going to keep Langford as that fucking one up his sleeve so he can just play it out as a defence when he can't.
Why? They can just move Jimmy Kelly up the weights.
Max Berser. That guy's not got a fight now.
But no one cares about these poor foreign guys that they just pull out on for no reason because they want to fight someone else. If it was a British guy that they kept doing it to, everyone would be fucking kicking off.
Just get Jared Fletcher back over.
Yeah, good fighter.
Fucking bum.
What about Gale?
Gale's up at super middle.
I think Gale's done.
Man, we've dragged this fucking question out.
Right, fuck this off. Let's just get on to the Bellew shit. Paul, have your little rant about it and do you think?
Yeah, go on, Paul.
My rant? I'm going to say it now. Goodison Park, it's a fucking... I go there near every week. It should not be staging a boxing event. It's going to be fucking... It's got nightmare written all over it, man. Yeah. The stadium's fucking wooden and it needs replacing. And I don't know how it's going to work. How they're going to fucking... what capacity they're going to set it for. For football, it's about 36,000. They're not going to set that for a boxing event.
Paul, has there ever been a boxing event there before? Because I know there were some at Anfield, weren't there, a long time ago. But
maybe a long time ago, but nothing in the last 50 years, no.
Yeah, and it's all those pillars. Every picture I see, it's got pillars in
it's really terrible, man. I'm not even going to try and defend it. It will only be good for like sentimental reasons, but from a logical point of view, it's just going to be a fucking absolute head fuck.
Is it not roughly run about the same time as where the cup final could be?
May 29th is the date for Bellew, isn't it?
That's the player final weekend.
And the cup final's a week before that, so everybody's probably already fucking spunked. If he's beat United, everybody's probably spunked their money.
They're not going to beat United.
Liverpool could have been the Europa League final, and is there not a fucking Liverpool marathon and all that weekend as well?
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute. If Liverpool and Everton go on and win the cups, or one of them, it's going to be an absolute fucking chaos for the city. To be honest,
but
trying to squeeze it all in.
Nobody will come up to the boxing then.
I don't know, because you got to remember if either team wins a cup, it means they've got to have a fucking parade through the city, and that's going to be an absolute nightmare in itself organising. So, and they're always the day. They're always the day after, aren't they? The cup win, so that would be like a weekend day, wouldn't it?
So the Sunday though.
That's what I keep hearing. The Bellew fight would be on a Sunday, and any parade or anything like that would be on a Sunday.
Burns is on the Saturday night.
Yeah, it is.
Bank holiday weekend is Sunday night in Liverpool, which would be a very good fucking night after.
But what do you reckon he's going to do with the fucking undercard, Paul?
The only guy I've heard who looks like he's going to be on it is fucking Big Pricey. So, he'll fight an absolute roaster. But
Price Cornish or someone like that.
Dave Allen.
No, not even that. It'll be some fucking pregnant Latvian. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some guy with like a 10-6 record. Oh yeah, I'll definitely go.
But you're a marked man on Merseyside.
Depends who you ask, man.
Smith will be waiting for you. Actually, fuck
that fat cunt, man. He's got a cold. Not gonna come near me.
He might be on the undercard. No, that would make sense.
Well,
he's a headline fighter though, Paul Smith. Really, it's a bit below his station, to be honest.
No, he can't get through the he can't get through the turnstiles. So
airlift him in.
Paul, can I ask what you think of Callum while you're on the show? Because
I think he gets a lot of hate. If he wasn't a Joe Gallagher fighter, he'd get a lot more fucking people jumping on the bandwagon. Because he is a good fighter. He's the best of the Smiths by
He'd be a better fighter if he wasn't with Joe Gallagher as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But again, it's the whole fucking stigma of being associated with that fucking stable, isn't it? Is what.
Yeah. I don't mind a few of his lads, but he's a fucking pain in the arse.
Honestly, I reckon we all quite like Crawler. I reckon Crawler would be like my favourite fighter if he wasn't with Gallagher. Honestly, because I think he's all right and he's with Gallagher, and being in the Gallagher gym it's such a negative point on any fighter's resume. Do you know what I mean?
They really have this fucking it's us against the world sort of mentality.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. That sometimes serves a fighter well, but the fact that they're always fucking Gallagher starting shit with other fighters when it's not merited. Do you know what I mean? He just creates fucking feuds. Like, what was all that stuff with Oliver Harrison, man?
Oliver Harrison's a fucking maggot, though. He's a worse trainer than Joe Gallagher.
It's not them against the world at all, because they get a huge amount of support from Sky and
Yeah.
from Eddie and from Matchroom. So it's not like they're these outsiders who are getting like ostracized by the rest of the boxing. It's just a complete bollock. Yeah.
Like I said, I can understand people like the fucking Furies having that attitude, but you know, why has Gallagher got that attitude when he's fucking on Sky every 5 minutes?
He gets a favour from Eddie like in every fight. Yeah, absolutely.
The thing that what baffled me last week was Gallagher the whole fucking week was just moaning about no press going over, and Sky Sports were fucking there. Are they not press? They've fucking got Sky Sports News. They've sent fucking obviously a film team. They've sent the two fat fucking Chuckle brothers. They've sent plenty of fucking media. Like, what news?
Fucking he was
got enough money to go over for a fucking Stephen Smith fight. You do me a fucking favour.
That's the thing. They don't all
if Eddie wanted media, he should have bid more money and got it in the UK.
Fucking media. Stephen Smith. Fucking embarrassing. Fucking Brian the Lion Rose and fucking Rimmer weren't moaning about no media going over for them against Andrade because they're shit fighters that weren't going to win. They were going over for a payday. They weren't going over to come back with the belt, and that's what the media know, and that's why they don't fucking pay to go.
Everybody else seems to fucking sort of know where they stand, you know what I mean? They're not deluded, they know what their standing is. And they know, alright, we're going over for this, we're probably not going to win, no one really gives a fuck. He goes over and he expects every single person to stop what they're doing.
Yeah, he expects the fucking whale to stop, doesn't he, and watch.
Bellend, man. But it's like, I don't know what it is with Crawler, but he must just be a fucking happy guy, because everyone else in that gym is just like, he's like me. I feel like I secretly must fucking train in that gym while I sleep.
They're not as miserable as you, mate.
No, they are.
Paul is.
Oh, yeah.
The thing that annoys me is that they always get, like, if Quigg's fighting, it'll get Crawler to work the corner, and if Crawler's fighting,
but like
it's just like, just fucking hire a professional corner for fuck's sake. You're headlining Sky shows.
But like a family.
Yeah.
But are we counting Amir Khan losing to Canelo on the fucking streak of L's or not?
No, because he doesn't train in that gym.
It's his gym though.
The only thing it's his gym, but he doesn't fucking use it. That's the only reason they've got it. If Khan used that gym 6 months of the year, they wouldn't be in there.
Yeah, I mean he trains out in the States, doesn't he, most of the time?
Yeah, but so does Liam Smith and Scott Quigg allegedly.
Well, yeah, Freddie Roach raves about them in the wild card, doesn't he? Apparently, so. Freddie Roach told everyone in the wild card that Scott Quigg was going to beat Carl Frampton, and if that's good enough for Freddie, it was good enough for everyone else.
Yeah, but he's like, Joe Gallagher is the English Freddie Roach, and...
No, he thinks he's the English Freddie Roach.
No, he's the English Emmanuel Stewart, because I actually equate that gym to the Kronk in America back in the time. I love that quote. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And he said it with a completely straight face.
Watch the video of that. If you actually watch the video and the way he says it... Like...
Are they going to start wearing the same shorts, all the fighters? Like their own colours?
Oh, he should get a little uniform, shouldn't he? Yeah.
Kronk always wore gold shorts, didn't he?
No, they should just wear brown, because they always shit themselves when they get in a fucking high-level fight.
Paul, are you actually like a... I know you're not a big fan of the Smith, but you actually a fan of Bellew, or are you just going because it's...
Bellew's very fucking... I'm very up and down with Bellew, you know what I mean? But, when he took the time to come on, the pod a few months ago, I sort of turned around on him a lot because...
He was good, weren't he?
He came across a lot better and a lot more down to earth, so... And he's not said anything stupid recently.
I think he's mellowed, hasn't he, in the last, year or so?
Yeah, definitely.
He lost a bit of the support, didn't he, from the quote-unquote hardcore fans, that Joe Biden just being a bit of a bellend. And I think he's realised that a bit. And recently, and he still says the odd daft thing, but you kind of want him to, don't you? That is his personality. You don't want him to just...
And he was good in Creed as well, to be fair.
Yeah. He weren't very good in fucking Creed, though.
No, I thought he was good.
No.
Right.
Well, he played himself, didn't he? I seriously saw someone criticising his acting, and that is like, the guy's playing a Scouse boxer with attitude problems. He's not fucking trying to play the president. What more do you want? I don't know anything about this guy he's fighting. No, I'm going to admit, I'm not a huge follower of the cruiserweights. Is this guy like great? Is he a best kept secret, or is he a kebab shop owner?
Nah, summary. He lost his debut, Makabu.
Yeah.
And then, since then, he's had 18 KOs in 18 fights.
I think
but against two.
Yeah, but he fucking killed Machuno. That's a fucking big win. But like,
he can punch. He can really punch.
Right. I think the way I describe it is, he can punch like fuck. He's technically limited, but I don't think Tony Bellew has got the fucking capacity to expose the weaknesses he does have.
I think Bellew could just beat him on. Do you know Bellew just messes about like he does sometimes and just keeps it long?
He can't do that. He can't fucking do that. If he tries doing it, he's gonna get fucking chinned.
There are shots Bellew got hit with against the likes of
Masternak,
Brudov, and guys like that. If he gets hit with those punches against Makabu, he'll be knocked out. Like he's gonna have to box really disciplined fight.
You know, like he'd have to do something, and it's gonna have to be a fucking much dialed up performance in comparison. It's like when he rematched McKenzie.
Yeah, that's the fight I had in my mind. If he just does that again, then
fucking wrist. But like, this guy's like a good McKenzie.
Will he be able to do that with 20,000 fans going mad and the pressure?
The problem is he KO'd Glenn Johnson as well not fucking long ago. And no one really fucking does that. But the Machuno win is fucking massive.
I also think this fight's pressure on Bellew. It's not on...
Makabu's got absolutely nothing to lose. He's probably getting very well paid to go over to a big stadium and fight in a massive event. And no one's expecting. Well, not many people will be expecting him to win. And honestly, he's like a Randall Bailey type. Like it's a sort of one punch push you to sleep.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Technically quite limited, but massive single one punch power, which is Bellew is kind of vulnerable to that sort of thing. And,
but I think the one thing here is they're very similar in height and reach. So. You've got to add in the dimension that fucking Makabu, not Makabu, as Ern keeps calling him, is a southpaw as well.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time Bellew fought a southpaw off the top of my head.
I'm just thinking, but who?
Was it that? I don't know if he's a southpaw. Was it that Volante guy? Was he a southpaw? Do you remember that fucking guy we got cut against?
No, he's not a thingy.
Was that a cruiser or was that a light heavy?
That was at light heavy.
That was at light heavy.
He got cut like fuck. I don't think he's fought a cruiserweight. It was a southpaw, which is not fucking ideal, is it? And then you're going in to fight this cunt. No, he hasn't. He's not fought a fucking. Oh no, that guy. Remember that bummer we fought in Leeds? Was it when he was getting beat? Yeah, when he was getting. Well, we thought he was getting beat. That fucking Artur Kulikowski or whatever it is.
The Belarusian?
Yeah, well, he was a southpaw.
Oh.
I remember. I really think this is a case of Bellew saying, right, I've got this is it. This is the last big fight, and win or lose, I get to fight a Goodison Park sort of thing. And I think in the back of his mind, he'll be thinking, yeah, I might lose this, but it's my dream fight.
Fair play to him, man, because there's plenty of other people who would fucking stay well away from.
Well, there are, but there's not really. I don't think there's really any other options for him to get.
There's not.
You know what I mean?
There's not, but yeah, I think you've got to give him credit for taking it so long. I bet. I can't see him winning. I'd like. It'd be nice for him to win, but you never know.
If he wins, it will have to be like. Do you remember Kevin Mitchell against Prescott when they were like, right, if Mitchell boxes the perfect fight, he can win this. But if he makes a mistake, Prescott will knock him out. I think it will be like that, and Bellew will have to be perfect.
But the margin for error is small. Like, these are fucking big guys, man.
Yeah.
Bellew's not that big a guy.
I still think he looks. Well, I mean, you say he looks fleshy at the weight. He just cuts 10 pounds nice and easy. But I do think he looks. If there was a weight class at like 180, I think that would be perfect for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think 190 is carrying a lot of like extra weight that he doesn't really need. But But I just felt like, who was the last opponent that he fought? That Polish guy? I forget his name. Masternak, yeah. After that, when Bellew was like, look, you know, I'm probably a European level guy, and I know I run my mouth, but you know, it was a pleasure to fight in front of all these people, blah blah blah. It sounded like a guy who was kind of preparing to head out, if you know what I mean.
Accepting where he is, sort of thing.
Yeah, and kind of saying, look, all right,
it's not going to get any better than this, really.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a big fight in my hometown, and that's kind of no bollocks about, you know, I want to win multiple world titles, I'll come again, all of this shite. It was just him saying, look, this is who I am, this is what I can do, and I'm gonna give it sort of one last crack and see how I get on. And there was none of this delusion, which I don't want to generalise, but you do get from a lot of Gallagher fighters and from a lot of members of the Smith family. So it's nice not to have that from a guy from Liverpool, you know, fighting on a matchroom show. After with the fucking. It's just Paul Smith. He really does give Scousers a bad name.
I'm getting just like some of the boxing fucking Liverpool at the minute. Just got some sense of delusion from nowhere. I don't really get it.
Fowler. Paul, what are your thoughts on Fowler?
He's really, really annoying, and he's apparently like he's got a really big bollocks attitude. I know this from a mate who's dealt with his management, that he apparently thinks he's like this big star. Like I had a mate who fucking went for a meeting with his manager once, to see if he could do something with sponsoring him or something like that. And he apparently wanted fucking a stupid amount of money to have this, you know, this company on his shorts and to tweet the link on Twitter. And his manager's giving it, oh, we've got fucking 12,000 followers on Twitter or something like that. It's like, yeah, okay, well, that doesn't mean, that's not reaching a whole great load of people. Do you know what I mean? And he's like, it's just, yeah, he's really, really.
Why is an amateur boxer got a fucking manager?
I don't know. But yeah, he's got a management team who are just impossible. When he turns pro, man, he's going to get so much fucking. He's going to.
We said before, he's the perfect Hearn matchroom fighter, isn't he? Completely deluded, like plays to the crowd, like victim mentality. Whenever he loses, he's got it absolutely down to a T.
Well, the only side note is apparently fucking the Smiths don't like him either. Even they don't like him because he got chose to go to the Olympics over Callum a few years ago, or he beat Callum in a box off or something like that.
He's fucking shit, man. Like, how many fights he lost this year? It's got to be like 5 or 6 just this year.
46 losses, but they were all robberies though.
I watched him live the other day against the French fella in the semis. They lost, and he was fucking. It weren't even like close to being bad. It was a lot worse than that. He was fucking awful. And I thought he was like some big.
You mean, Cal? The judging, yeah.
I heard he was some big puncher, and like literally this African fella. I know it were in the Europeans, but he was just fucking walking straight through his punches, not even bothering with him, and just throwing his own. Like he was just blocking him with his fucking arms, face, whatever. He didn't give a shit. Fowler's got no power. He fights on his back foot in the amateurs, where you don't win any fucking on the judges' scorecards. Box on your back foot. Unless you're unbelievable. He's fucking shit.
But I've seen him a couple of times, and he just looks to me like one of them guys he's fine when everything's going his own way, but then as soon as anything fucking starts to go south, he just runs out of ideas, and he's a little shit house.
Can you imagine him like fighting through adversity? Absolutely not. He'd run and make excuses immediately.
He's not young either. I think he's like 25. So if he turns pro after the Olympics, and I don't know, Tom Stalker is a good example of a guy who just turns pro too late and he's too set in his ways and he can't adapt.
I'm trying to get down to middleweight for Fowler's debut because I want to try and get it.
If he turns pro at middleweight or super middleweight, I can't see him really going anywhere because the divisions are too stacked.
What's he fighting at in the amateurs? Is he
middleweight?
Middleweight.
Okay.
But wasn't DeGale at middleweight and then moved up?
He might have turned pro at middleweight. I'm sure I remember Billy Joe turned pro at 154 because that was on the same show, wasn't it? and they booed De Gale. That was amazing. Highlight.
Yeah, that was he was bad in that one, though, wasn't he?
No, he was fine. They just expected a knockout, but it's not how he fights, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to get on about De Gale, but
have we got any fights to preview for the weekend?
Yes. And I've fucking properly gone casual and fucking forgot what's on this weekend.
Is anyone staying up for Golovkin?
Oh, that's the only fucking thing that's on. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not staying up for that shit, man. It's not a slight on Golovkin because you've got to fight him mandatories, but I'm not fucking staying up to watch that. But they're doing the right thing with him. They're getting him in the media saying all the right shit. They seem to be getting a lot of fucking companies on board and all that. He's getting a lot of airtime, so. But this is the only thing, but it fucking pisses me off a bit because K2 seems to be very selective with the fighters as to what they do. Like, in terms of pushing them, but it's not a very deep card. Well, when I say it's not very deep, there's that and there's a fucking chocolate tits fight.
I think the Gonzalez Arroyo is a really good fight, though. I actually think that people are sleeping on that quite a lot. I think Gonzalez is obviously heavily favoured to win, but I do think that's a good opponent and that is a good matchup. It's not a showcase. The last two fights were showcases. I don't think this one is.
Carlos Cuadras is fighting as well, actually. He's fighting. Oh, fucking God knows who he is. Richie Metprenel.
Isn't he going for the Inoue fight?
I'm
sure I heard that
looks
rumour.
like it, but yeah. Looks like another straightforward win.
And there's isn't there? Oh, who's the other one?
Avalos is fighting in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's on the Donaire card.
Oh, Donaire card,
yeah.
Sorry, Donaire's fighting.
Yeah. Another weird. I think this is like Donaire's sort of.
Donaire, it doesn't even look like Donaire's headlining that, you know. I don't think he's headlining this. Because the guy headlining is fighting Avalos, some Filipino guy. Mark Maxeo.
Yeah, I saw that. He's got a lot of KOs, and I think that's.
Yeah, it's 13-0 with 10 KOs.
Yeah, so Avalos is a decent opponent for a guy who's only had 13 fights. But he's a bit of a gatekeeper, Avalos.
I don't see the point in Donaire's fucking career now.
No, I was saying a second ago, it's a victory lap, isn't it? It seems like.
For someone like him, there's no point doing it. He's built up that reputation with all. To be going on shit like this is a bit. It's embarrassing in a way, isn't it? But there's a card in Sweden, which one of them, the factors on the prediction league, Skoglund against Liebenberg. Nothing to write home about.
It's okay. It's reasonably.
Yeah, it's an evenly matched fight, so you can't complain about it. But it's not like anything you'd make any effort to watch.
It's all a precursor because we got next Wednesday Randall Bailey's fighting in Australia, so we're just building up to that really.
But so the guy fighting Jeff Horn's was Australian, and apparently he was in the Olympics. But they're making a bit of a deal about him.
I think I've seen Jeff Horn before. I'm going to look up his record.
Yeah, it's 13 wins, 1 draw, I believe.
The Australians make a big deal out of fucking anybody.
Yeah, but they do seem to be going like double overboard with this cunt. But like I said, he got a draw against some idiot in like his 4th fight. But like looking at it, you can't go off the record. But if you look at it just at face value, he's been fighting guys with decent looking records. To be fair, can remember when Vassell fought on the Frampton undercard and he got beat by that fucking Ukrainian.
Plotnikov.
Yeah, he's beat him. Jeff Horn beat him.
Yeah.
That's not a bad win for someone early in the career. Oh, it looks like he's yeah.
It's not terrible. I love watching Randall Bailey these days because he's just got he won't make any money wherever he goes, so he's just got absolutely no interest in. He'll throw sort of a couple of punches around, but because he's fighting guys who aren't that good, there's a pretty good chance that he chins his opponent. And he went over to Korea and fought that Japanese guy last year, and it was knockout. Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. And he's
fuck it, man. Get him over for Brook.
Yeah, exactly. Get him over for like Etches or someone, like a prospect, and he'll just.
Etches at middleweight.
I reckon Bailey would chin him. I reckon.
I like Etches.
You like Etches?
Yeah.
Etches, to be fair, he seems like a decent guy.
He is.
I just can't. It's those tattoos, man. I can't deal with.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's so bad.
I don't think it's the story's done with Etches yet. I think he might get a couple of decent fights at British level.
Maybe he could get a European.
Do a bit. He was beating Khabibski, and fuck knows what happened in that fight. Because I was
absolutely wiped out.
He did, but I was like, I don't know, but you know when he came out, I said to my mate, I says he's shitting himself here, and I swear he fucking looked like he was about to burst into tears, and then he was just fighting, so nervous, and then got chinned.
We've got one last sort of question. Is that today apparently, well, according to Aram, Postol against Crawford is signed now. It's going to be in July.
That's a cracker, that.
It's on pay-per-view though, which is
fucking
yeah. That's definitely got to be something to do with all the shit that's getting dumped on pay-per-view over here.
No, it's Crawford's purse. They can't afford to pay it normally.
You surely not just seen that we're fucking getting shit on pay-per-view and thinking, oh fuck it.
Crawford turned it down earlier this year because the money wasn't enough, and people sort of thought, oh, maybe he's ducking or whatever. But it's because he's been getting like 1.5 million to fight like Lundy. So now Top Rank probably said, all right, we'll give you 1.5 million to fight Postol, and he's saying, well, no, I want 2 or 3.
Well, that's
so
fucking.
So they've had to put it on a small pay-per-view. I mean, I'll be amazed if it does 100,000.
What is it, $40 or something?
Well, you'd hope it would be sort of $30, $40 something. I mean, if they try and charge $60, $70 for that, I mean,
a Ukrainian against a guy who doesn't say fucking 5 words.
I mean, Postol doesn't even do ratings on regular HBO, let alone on pay-per-view. Yeah.
He's got fucking going on like Postol, some fucking. He fights in a horrible fucking way, man.
Yeah, and it's not going to be a good fight to watch. Exactly.
And he got fucking rocked by what's his name? Ideen. That's a fucking cunt.
He did, but he is a good fighter though.
Yeah, he's all, but he's like.
And this is a legit.
He's unproven as fuck though, isn't he?
Well, I think this is a legitimate universe.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, in terms of a pay-per-view fight, you can't be having like Crawford. He's had a couple of decent wins, yeah, and Postol's got 1 win that is remotely decent.
Well, yeah, he's only been on HBO twice. Yeah,
it's like he's mental.
They both had better wins than when Kell Brook first went on pay-per-view or when Joshua did. So.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I'd say Porter's a better win than Matisse because he just shits it every time he gets in a big fight.
If Crawford was on pay-per-view in the UK and it cost $5, would you buy it?
No, because I'm not going to buy pay-per-views. Just full stop.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
I think
that's. I wouldn't complain at it, but I wouldn't fucking buy it because I just think, well, fuck that.
I think that's what they should start doing. Like, I'd be a lot happier to spend a $5 or a $10
every couple of weeks
and just have fucking
fights.
Just main event and 1 good fight on the undercard, rather than 20.
And I'd be happy to do that a couple of times a month, to be honest.
Yeah,
but I think it should be if you've got Sky and you fucking got Sky Sports and you're paying through the arse already. All right, then chuck us a $5, you get this. Don't say Anne's chuck us this. If you haven't got Sky, all right, then it's fucking 18 quid or whatever.
Yeah, true.
Eddie was. Do you remember the other day when the guy was saying what's going on with the Crawler undercard, and Hearn was like, "Oh, I'm paying them. I'm paying him so much money. We can't really do an undercard." And then the guy went, "Oh right. I mean, it's a good main event, but it would have been nice to get an undercard."
Yeah, but I'm fucking going to that.
No. But Hearn said, "Well, unfortunately, unless it's on pay-per-view, we can't really do it." And the guy just went, "Like, sorry, mate, but I pay, 40 quid a month for Sky. Where's my money going?" Like, do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Hearn treats it like he's the fucking BBC and we're getting it for free. It's ridiculous.
But it's like I'm going to that, right? And I fucking bought it. I genuinely thought, all right, Crawler's on it. Yeah, you'll chucks from the fucking Tesco boys on it. It won't be great, but you know what I mean.
There'll be a couple of fights. Yeah.
It's like I've got a 40 quid ticket, so I'm not that arse, but it's like fucking hell, man. There's literally one, like Ozzy Burton's still fucking TVA.
ridiculous.
Like, I mean, like, he sits and he whinges about people who are fucking slagging stuff off, right? And so do other fucking people. I've said it before, I don't want to keep saying it, but they can all fucking go and soak their heads for a fucking week. But how the fuck are we supposed to not how are you supposed to find a positive in stuff like that? It's fucking, they're weighing in 2 weeks tomorrow.
Yeah. It's just, like, it's the fact that it is genuinely impossible to get a quality opponent on 2 weeks' notice. It's completely impossible. And yeah, leaving it 6 weeks is bad enough. Like, didn't he leave? What was the Joshua undercard? Like, wasn't that was announced like a month before or something?
The thing what baffles me the most is with him, all he talks about is production and how it looks. Like, he's Premier League, Frank Warren's Ryman League, blah 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 blah. But yet, at his shows, because recently it's just been a main event and then a wank undercard.
Well, it shows
you're watching the card and it's fucking dead, and you're just thinking, no one's sat down, no one's even watching the fight. Everyone's just waiting. Like last week or other week it was for Joshua. This week it's just going to be the accident. I assume you lot are going to stay in the pub till 9:30 and just go in and watch Crawley.
Oh, I'm not fucking going in early, man. Fuck that. I'll just...
And why would you? Like, you buy a ticket, you expect at least 2 decent undercard fights, and then your main event. If it's just fucking one fight, then just open the doors at 10 then.
Yeah.
But the thing is, at the minute, how can he televise that card? Like, how? What can he fucking do? Because he can't fucking put...
No, he's showing Chisora against Pulev. That's why.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he can televise.
They're going to show that in the arena then?
They've got no, they're not showing it in the arena. But
for fuck's sake, man!
So on the Sky Sports, we'll get Chisora Pulev at 9, and then your shite will come on at 10. So you'll be watching.
You know what? I'm fucking half tempted not to go to fucking Fury at Vlad because it's going to be the fucking same shit.
Nah, Fury Vlad's not bad. They've got a bird fighting on it.
Yeah, but at least with Fury Vlad, you're getting a 5-star main event. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
But, like,
Conor Barroso's like decent, and it's good that he took the fight. But look,
so there's 4 fights on this card, man. I've only just seen. There's 4 fights on the fucking card.
That's 3 too many.
That's 10 quid. 10 quid per fight.
Who are they, Ainsley?
So that's Conor Barroso.
Yeah.
Jose Burton. Coyle in a fucking comeback.
Oh, Coyle TBA, yeah.
And fucking Murray.
TBA.
Yeah.
TBA.
And he's fighting fucking Grove, so it's gonna be. You know what I mean? I fucking whinge a lot, but.
You might bring that Brophy back out for him, Joe, to see if he can do a better job than what Grove did.
But
what time's the first fight?
Well, like we're gonna know, it's gonna be like fucking 8:30.
Doors open at 5.
Doors open at 5, and the first fight's at like what if? Like I'm saying, what happens if there's a fucking couple of early knockouts?
Yeah,
but you're be sitting around for fucking 2 hours.
I'm not going in. I'm fucking.
Don't go into half 9.
But you know what, as well, right? And I'm fucking deadly serious when I say this. Please, anyone who's fucking listening, don't buy a ticket for this AJ thing while there's no opponent. Like, I can't fucking say it enough. Because if this just sells out without him getting an opponent,
you can't let him get away with it.
AJ versus anyone.
You can't understand now how bad an effect this is going to have, man. Like, seriously, if he fucking realises he can get away with doing this, we're already fucking fucked as it is.
It's going to be fucking. It's Eric Molina.
Can you imagine in the States, like, Aram saying, "Yeah, we're doing Pacquiao versus TBA, everyone. It's going to be $99." Like, it would never happen. Like, it's ridiculous. And I know that, like, I think there's an argument now already that AJ is the biggest money fighter in the world and has overtaken from Canelo. But even can you imagine them doing Canelo versus TBA and expecting people to order it? Like, it's ridiculous.
Canelo Khan, who's like a fucking, like, Khan's beaten 9 world champions or past world champions, and they're fucking spitting at that fight, saying it's shite.
They're saying it's not good enough. Yeah,
we get Molina, whose best wins against fucking Adamek, who's probably got AIDS, and we're all fucking men are like.
I don't even think it will be Molina. I think it will be.
We're men are like stuff it down our throats and say thank you, Eddie. Can we have another cock next fucking week?
This is what all these idiots who were fucking spending the other week after AJ won, fucking having a go at us.
Like press pass.
You know what I mean? Not press pass. Not like, because like, I'm not going to fucking have a go at him. Whatever. He's not a cunt about fucking shit. He'll say it up, you know what I mean? He'll say it to you.
Yeah, he's a good
I mean, people getting fucking tattoos.
No. These little fannies who fucking sat there blocking everyone because they said it were bullshit about AJ and then whinging. Oh, you're so negative, fucking blah, blah, blah. How is it a positive thing, and how does it make sense for you to go and buy a fucking ticket for... Right, so like I bought the crawler ticket on the basis of that one fight, so that's my fucking fault. Buying a fucking ticket with no fight signed is just ridiculous. And if it's going to sell out, innit?
Yeah. No undercard either.
That's what I mean. It's going to be fucking...
But
it's end of day shit, that.
AJ did say on Facebook, I saw it earlier, some random girl who's never spoke about boxing before fucking shared it. He said, you get to see him and a great ram-packed undercard. So, to be fair, I might get on some of them, pay extra.
But you know what it's going to be like? If he's going to sell out and there's no point there, that's it then. But it's like, even with here's a fucking prick, and there's all this bullshit, but at least he didn't sell out.
Yeah, he's not selling anything.
But
he's starting to give free food and drink away now with tickets.
I mean, it's terrible. It is
AJ could fight Cornish again, and this is not a lie, and he'd sell out in a day.
Yeah, but I've told you, fucking people thinking that were for a world title. Well, not people, but...
Fucking monks.
Just like... But is it... I'm not that pissed off about it. I can't even get my words out, but...
Yeah.
I think that this AJ stuff, and the bullshit around it, is indirect. Well, it's not indirectly. This is directly causing shit like this crawler card. And it's directly causing shit like this, so Brook can't get an opponent because he's just wanting to fucking chuck all of his money and time into that.
Oh yeah, it's bad. It's bad for, like they say, the money trickles down. The money doesn't trickle down. The money stays with AJ and Hearn, and maybe if someone like London fighters are quite lucky, they might be able to sneak onto a couple of his cards, or McDonald might get a couple of scraps here and there, like some shitty fucking Mexican they bring over with a day's notice.
Oh, that guy was so
But it's not good for the sport. It's good for AJ and Eddie Hearn.
But you know what winds me up? So he doesn't sell, like, just think about the fucking money he's made from AJ alone, and then he goes and gives someone like $5,000 and he expects everyone to be up his arse about it. That's like me dropping fucking 5 pence on the floor and not picking it up.
I think the issue is that, like, we're now expected to, there's kind of two products. You either get a card with no compelling fights, or you get a main event and the undercard is so bad that, like, I genuinely can't remember any of the fights from the front and Quig undercard. I can't remember any of them. Like, who was fighting, what the
I fucking can't.
No, right? Because it was so bad. Like, it was just completely, I don't think I even checked what the results were. Like, I just watched the main event. So you either get that, or you get, like, a reasonably kind of, you get sort of Macklin Rose and Groves and all this stuff, and then the main event itself is a mismatch as well. So we're being forced to choose between one well-matched fight or 4 mismatches, and it's just absolute nonsense that is the only choice being offered.
But the thing what I've noticed is, like, 6-8 months ago, like, I'd be pissed off about a card, and if I couldn't watch it live, so say I don't know what. So like that fucking when AJ fought Cornish, for example. So like, say if I was busy that night, I wouldn't watch it. Well, it was pay-per-view, but forget about that. But if, like, say I fucking watched that, if I missed it, I'd go back and watch the whole card the next day. Now, so like I've missed the last fucking couple, I just think fuck that. I'll watch like one fight or I won't even bother. I just can't. I can't even be arsed anymore. Like, because like, I don't know. It's like I already know. It's like, well, what's the fucking point in watching this? What enjoyment am I going to get out of it?
It just makes you annoyed because you see, occasionally you will see a good fight and it will be by accident, and then I always just think, well, why can't we have that? Why can't we, why can't we have that every weekend?
No, but what he does that kills me is he'll put 2 of the one, because he's got about 12 140-pound guys that are all about as good as each other, which isn't very good, but they can be mixed together to make some alright fights. And he'll put one of them on and want like a big fucking pat on the back from the hardcore when he talks to Coogan. He's like, I put on a trade fight. Sky didn't want it, but I did it for the hardcore fans. Like, and it's just like you've given us one fight out of 4 that's like within a point of each other on the betting. Like the rest of it's fucking 1 to 10.
And he talks about Macklin Rose. It's like no one actually wanted that fight. I mean, it's not it's not terrible, but like no one was calling for that fight to be made. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
But like, this is the thing. So you get the casuals who are just like, oh, but you're always moaning, and like, I'm aware of the fact that fucking a lot of the shit on here is us just whinging about shit. But to be fair, we don't have to sit here and whinge about it. We're fucking choosing to do it. But all we wanted to do is fucking hold. We want him to hold them to a fucking higher account. One, because we think that they're doing themselves a disservice, and 2, why would you not want to see better fights? I don't understand it. It's like if I go and watch Sheffield United, this shit. I'm not gonna fucking say, oh well, it's all right. It's like, well, the fucking shit, sort it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to watch a good game. Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you don't ever got. I fucking got enough shows. We fucking waste enough time fucking about doing these pods and shit. Whether people, yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like we fucking pay for fucking Box Nation, we pay for Sky or whatever. It's not like we're not fucking. It's not like we don't give nothing back. We fucking go to play enough shows and we fucking see enough shit. We're not just like, oh, we'll just moan for the sake of it. You know what I mean? And it's like. I don't understand why anyone would want to go the other way.
Well, hardcore fans kept the sport alive when him and his dad fucked off for a few years.
Yeah, exactly.
And there was no casuals around.
Yeah.
It's like, but even the casuals there seems to be like 2 levels of the casuals now. And they seem to be the fucking absolute idiots. I mean, like fucking the lows in Leeds, and then there's the other ones who, now because they've been going for a little bit, even though they still don't know fuck all they do is go. They won't know anything in between, but they go every now and then. So they sort of think they've got some standing to start fucking kicking off. It's, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that. It's like, well, what?
Well, there's the 2 levels. There's people who get fucking tattoos with AJ's face and record on it, and then there's then there's the Wayne Rooney's who fucking just tweet saying, "Oh, I don't like this card. It's on Box Nation. The production's not as good. Eddie Hearn's the best guy." That's the other level of casual where they won't watch it. They won't enjoy a fight just because they don't like the channel it's on.
But I feel like so fucking Hearn, he's obviously got himself into this position where he's fucking obviously got the fighters, he's got the Sky dates, he's got fucking pay-per-view, he's got Joshua, and he's just milking it. He's thinking, well, fuck that. I'm here now. Warren's can't really do shit, so I'll just take the piss. But like, with sport, you are a fan, but you're a fucking customer as well, regardless of how you fucking see it. So why would you want to get less for your money? I don't, like, it's an attitude I don't get. Like, I see it at the football. I see it at the football the odd time, where like, oh, but if I've got a fucking football, there'll never be anybody. I've never ever heard anyone say, no, I don't think we should sign anybody else this summer. We should just give everyone else more money because they've got fucking mortgages to pay off, even though they're shit.
Yeah, and in football, if your team raises your season tickets prices or whatever, then you expect a better product as a result. Like, right? There's no one will ever say, oh well, but the executive needs to, the executive's got to eat, and he needs a new house. So we'll all pay more money for the same product. It's like, no. If you want to bump up the price at Goodison Park or whatever by, I don't know, £200 a season, then it's got to be reflected on the pitch with like investment.
But like,
I have an obligation to deliver the most money I possibly can for my players.
Yeah, but it's like, so the way I see it, and I'm trying to explain why I'm whinging so much, but like, I'm not just going to whinge if there's not like a fucking great fight on the card. So say for me, if there's like 6 fights on the card and 4 of them are fucking well matched, I don't give a shit if it's fucking world level or fucking area level, right? I'm not. That's it. That's decent. You don't. If there's fucking 6 fights and the fucking shortest odds for the favourites like 1 to 15, and it's like, well, do I need to even watch this?
This is why I never get annoyed with HBO really, because they will always make competitive fights, even if they turn out to be boring. Do you know what I mean?
But I don't mind it being boring, because but like boring gets overused a little bit. I think when it's a shit fight, it's not necessarily. It's like
to me, boring is a foregone conclusion to me, right?
Just because a fight's not dramatic doesn't mean it's not fucking interesting.
Yeah, but like
Quick Frampton, everyone I hear saying, "Oh, the Quick Frampton fight was boring," and it was like, okay, like it didn't catch fire, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a fight that wasn't worth fucking ever seeing. There was still things there to be seen. Do you know what I mean? We saw fucking Quigg and his level exposed for the entire world to see.
And
you know what I mean?
Fury Klitschko, like I wouldn't watch it again. But I was glued.
But you can still appreciate the fucking the masterclass that was put on display. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was really like a dramatic event, and it was a huge deal. I was absolutely like glued to my screen for the entire time. Yeah.
But it's like I can remember before Mayweather Pacquiao and some of the fucking casuals then who I know, it's going to be a fucking great fight, so you're going to fucking hate it. Oh, no, it's going to be this. And then after, like, all the fucking fallout, and literally people saying to me, well, Mayweather's never going to be a proper champion until he stands and takes punches. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, so that's like saying, fuck that, Leicester City don't deserve to win the Premier League until they start conceding goals. And
exactly. You can't be that defensively responsible and win the league.
You'll never be a great striker unless you start scoring fucking 30-yard worldies.
Yeah, it just seems like with boxing, there's like people want to make excuses for us having shit, and like I said, there's the fucking casuals who still don't give a fuck. They're just like whatever. But then there's the casuals who sort of came about when Hearn was about because they've been about for a bit, but they only know the Hearn shit, and then like the odd fucking like Canelo or Triple G fight and shit, and they're like, oh, what are you moaning for? Well, if you had any idea, but they don't. That's the fucking problem.
Yeah, exactly. They don't, and everyone's got like I think everyone's got massive preconceptions when it comes to boxing for whatever reason.
Yeah, but I don't know, but it's just because of the nature of the sport, people always use that as something. Oh, how have you got the right to criticise someone? Like, I'm not criticising someone for fucking doing it. I'm just thinking, like, I know it's easy to say when we're not doing it, but it's like for me, if they're going on about all this risk they take getting in the ring, why would you take that risk fighting someone who's horrendously overmatched and might still fucking something could go badly wrong, as they always like to say?
And I always think, surely that's a massive risk to the opponent as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if you care that much about fighter safety, why are you putting this guy 2 divisions above his natural weight, in a fight that he's not prepared for at all? Like, it cuts both ways, and it just shows how they're all hypocrites. Yeah.
But this is sort of where the fucking boards have got should be doing things. So why are the British board allowing half of the shit that gets sanctioned over here? I mean, like, if they're not going to fucking say it like Hearn, what's all this about? Why are you having like fucking? I can't really think. It's like Callum Smith fighting some fucking idiot. It was like 3 fights. Like Paul Smith. Why did they allow that fight before he fought Abraham? I don't get it. Like, oh, he's going to fight for a world title next, but we'll have him with a guy who's 7-3. Like,
yeah, and the one before that had a losing record, didn't he? Like, he was like 46 and 54. Ridiculous. Mental.
I don't know.
Good note to end on, Paul Smith, I think.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Paul?
Paul Smith is an absolute... Paul Smith is absolute arse cancer.
So
we need to where did your hatred of Smith start?
Yeah.
I'll tell you off the air, man.
Okay.
All right. Well,
it's very heavy. I'll tell you off the air.
All right. We'll
It involves fucking people like sending me serious threats.
Okay then. Well, thank you to everyone who is still listening. Can I just remind everybody to give us a review on iTunes, give us a subscribe as well, and like the video if you want. We normally get a lot of dislikes. Don't know why. It's late at night. You must be feeling a good mood.
Must
So
be errors.
yeah,
Accidentally clicking the button.
and also there's a little prediction thing going on between us and the Asylum. So
Oh yeah. Prediction league. So keep an eye out on that, everyone.
so I'm
Alex
not sure how
is-
it's going to work. Alex is obviously mediating. He's collating the scores for each side. I know there's me, Shep, Brian, Cal, Carp.
And then it's 5 of the Asylum lot.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
not
it's
sure
all the
it
main
is.
guys on the Asylum as well.
But
and
yeah, like Press Pass, Andy, Tommy, I think Steve, maybe Smido, maybe, I'm not sure.
Adam, yeah, I think is involved.
But yeah, there's not really anything in it, but I've just decided today that if we win it, we're taking the Sunday night slot and they can get fucked.
It's for the undisputed #1 crown amongst podcasts. But yeah, picks will be announced every Friday, I think, before the fights.
Yeah,
so you can
but we're not
out of us when we get it wrong.
We're not going to choose any of the shitty bum fights. So I think this weekend is Scotland, Liebenberg, the Chocolate Tits fight, and what was the other one? Oh, Donaire.
Yeah, Donaire. Yeah.
Because we don't know what's going to happen with it. We don't know how.
Not bothering with Golovkin because it's a bit of a foregone conclusion. Yeah.
Not sure when this will be on iTunes either. So this might be the best way to listen for the next couple of days. But yeah.
Right. Cheers,
So that
guys.
was all of us. We will see you soon. Bye bye.
Cheers, Paul.